I thought that was what the internet was built
We are live and we are unmuted. Check, check. Unmuted. Comments engaged. Scoreboard. Activate.
Paxton's ability to have kids deactivated.
Oh, that's okay. I'll take it.
Oh, hello and welcome to What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes. I am him and we are here to watch some football with all of you guys tonight. And that is what's going to happen is football watching.
Football technically will occur, I suppose.
Technically, football will be happening tonight. We will be live streaming it, providing commentary for the game. It is best to sync up with us at home, and it is 14:43 on the clock currently. The snap is away to zap, Bailey Zappi. He zaps it over to the right to Ezekiel Elliott, makes a couple of men miss, and he gets the ball up past the 35-yard line for a first down. I am here with Paxton Bailey.
What's going on?
P. Bailey _ comedy. Dingbat District. We have an episode, us and Anthony Ramos, coming out very, very soon. Thank you for coming on.
Hell yeah. I'm glad to see Zeke is having somewhat of a resurgence. I'm not say fully, but he looks decent.
It's the only one with any points on the board so far.
Yeah. We are also sitting here with Mr. Most Days Off, Miles Francis, as Bailey Zappi snaps the ball back and he throws it up top to Juju Smith-Schuster. Revenge game! Juju Smith-Schuster mossing his defender. Bailey, zip on the ball. Zappi puts a little loft under that one, and it's caught for a big gain.
Yeah. Didn't zip it quite enough, but
well, he had to put it in there. DeMonte Kazee on the coverage. Big old play as Zeke is in the backfield now, hands the ball off to him. A good block, but he gets munched up in the backfield. Mr. Miles Francis at Mr. Most Days Off on all platforms. Thank you for coming as well, buddy.
Yeah, man, stoked to be here. I came for the friendship, not the football, because this is expected to be a pretty trash game. I think our relationship between the three of us will score more than 30 points before this game ends.
And that's why you watch, gang. How else are you going to enjoy this?
keep tallying the comments, and then we'll keep tally of your comments.
Yep, we are actually paying attention to the comment section. If anybody does comment today, we might respond to it as Zappi drops back to pass.
Hard.
Lots of time, and he's going to actually just throw the ball away. Steelers rush 4. The Patriots offense gives them a lot of time, but not enough for anybody to get open, and that's been the story of this Patriots roster all season.
I really hate the AFC logo and how it clashes with the Patriots yellow, or I'm sorry, the Steelers yellow in the end zone. It's just, it's already, I hate it. I don't know why, but I don't like it. And I don't like that it's on my screen even a little bit right now.
So yeah, that is the reason they usually don't do that, but it is a special night in Pittsburgh when they paint the end zones yellow. Like that's a big deal. That's a rallying cry. And we're seeing what happens right here. Bailey Zappi drops back. He's going to roll out to the left. He's got a lot of space.
He's going to get that first down.
And he's going to get the first down. And he's going to zap out of bounds.
He didn't rally right there.
Another first down.
Yeah, honestly, I'll be real. The New England Patriots have already put together more offense than I expected them to tonight. My bar was very, very low, if you can't tell, coming into the game. But, yeah, dude, like, Pittsburgh is supposed to be known for that, what is it, the Iron Curtain, the defense? Like, what's going on here, boys and girls? Thought we were playing football. Oh, wait.
Just boys. Only boys. Ezekiel Elliott behind Bailey Zappi.
I was referring to our listeners. So
And
you're
up the
right
middle.
in both regards.
Yeah, still also. No, we do have. We are like 92% men.
Yeah.
We really are.
The only woman is
That's
Jamie's
how I
mom
feel in most
and
cases.
my mom.
Yeah. We have a couple of women listeners. I thought you were talking about what are we talking about, boys on the football field?
Is that what you refer to as the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is the what are we talking about, boys? That's your nickname for them?
Yes. Now Bailey Zappi is in shotgun. Ezekiel Elliott to his right. Hunter Henry at the bottom of the screen.
Awesome.
Thornton.
I don't want to make it right
Goes in motion. Drops back to pass. Screen pass.
Look
Quick
at
up
that
Ezekiel
for
Elliott. He's
Zeke.
got room. He's going to be in
Look at
for
Zeke.
touchdown
Damn it.
on the first drive with a game whose over-under is 30 points, historically low. They score on the first drive of the game.
Yeah. Great play. Looked like old Zeke.
Well, he had a lot of space. I think I could
yeah.
have ran this in Paxton Bailey. I mean, great route.
I mean, we know we're talking to pro tight end Paxton Bailey for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I got signed.
A little bit of a rub there, by the way. Rub route for the New England Patriots. Worked for him, though. Kick is up. Kick is good. It is 7-0. Patriots. The 2-10 Patriots.
That's the play right there. That's the one that really, I mean, that Zeke touchdown was great. Don't get me wrong. But as Jamie already pointed out, he had all the room in the world to run that in. The dive, I think, was for him more than it was for the touchdown.
Yeah. Bailey Zappi really zapping it in there. As we go to commercial break, we do banter throughout the commercials here during the game, so you can stay with us and try and sync up with us at home. That's the best. I do have a couple friends who will watch the game and tell me about it and say they like it, but they'll watch the live stream, like the TV broadcast live, and then us live, which is on a 5 to 10 second delay. So they'll watch the play and then watch us reacting to the play, which I guess is also a way to watch the stream. But I think you should definitely
try to sync up.
Sync it up.
I think you'll have more fun if you sync up. But at the same time, I enjoy Godzilla movies, and those things never match. So,
and you always know what's coming in Godzilla.
Speaking of, if this game gets too rough, I've got us covered. We can go see Godzilla 0 at 10:40 just down the street.
I was just about to say, I've heard it's great.
I have too, actually. I've heard really good things about Godzilla 0.
Heard of any other good movies out, Mr. Miles Francis?
I don't know. I haven't heard if it's good or not, but one that I'm personally excited about is there's a new Christmas action film by John Woo called Silent Night.
I have seen.
Looks like a revenge story sort of thing where somebody is, I don't know, either loses his job or his family, or he has some sort of motivation, to go and kill a bunch of people in a very holiday festive way. And I think that sounds fun.
Neat. Yeah, it does sound fun.
I did just watch on Shudder the movie What a Wonderful Night, or It's a Wonderful Knife, excuse me. It's a fun Christmas horror hybrid. I wouldn't put it down as a gem or a instant classic or anything, but if you're a horror fanatic that likes to get a little festive now and then, It's a Wonderful Knife is worth a watch.
I am kind of into the horror Christmas genre.
What's your favorite horror Christmas movie?
I would say I'm more of a cursory fan of the genre. Of course, what was it? A Violent Night?
That was called? That was great.
And Die Hard.
Die Hard is wonderful, of course. Yeah.
Obviously.
So it sounds like you're almost into the action Christmas genre more than the horror Christmas genre. Because when I think of horror Christmas, I think of Black Christmas would be the quintessential absolute classic example of a Christmas slasher, and then a more recent film that I absolutely love, Krampus, which we'll talk about after the commercial.
The kick is up. A kick is received on the 5, and they're not pussies, so they're not going to call for a fair catch.
Yeah, not in Pittsburgh, dude.
That's why you don't call for a fair catch there.
6 extra yards, baby. 6 extra yards.
What if this game is a shootout? As Mitch Trubisky, Nickelodeon's most valuable player, Nickelodeon's first most valuable player ever, and last one they let the fans vote on.
Yep.
At the same time.
Why is that? Wait, this was a fan vote, and people are mad that he got it. Is that
so?
What
They did a Nick cast, and at the end,
which game was that? Was that
it was the Bears against somebody? I'll keep reminding me.
I'm
what
very
we're talking
interested
about.
in this.
Yeah. As Mitch Trubisky lines up under center play action to Najee Harris, who gets to start. Lots of time to maneuvers to the right, and he is going to get the first down.
Whoa.
That's what people were saying.
Right. Yeah, the kids know what's up, dude. All the old people might be complaining, but the children clearly know what's happening.
They are our future.
Mitch Trubisky, that was the big thing with him. Same kind of trajectory as Justin Fields there for a second. Was his rookie year, they let him run, and that's why he was so effective. And then they're just like, you're not doing that anymore. And then he started sucking at football because he's a mobile quarterback.
Because he has legs and he likes to use them, and his arms are questionable.
Najee Harris behind him in I formation. Austin goes in motion. Handoff is to Najee, which was the most predictable play of all time. He runs up the middle for a gain or two. We all knew they were going to Najee, right?
It felt like a Najee Harris sort of situation.
But anyways, so Nickelodeon's first cast, a lot of like adults watching this, right? And this was at the end of Mitch Trubisky's run at Chicago, where everybody was totally out on him, done with him, hated him, so much so that they were getting criticized for starting him. So he got a nickname MVP Mitch from Mike Lombardi on the Pat McAfee show. As Mitch Trubisky lines up behind, or Najee Harris lines up behind Mitch. Another motion, man. They're running a lot more motions now, you're noticing, without Matt Canada running the offense. The handoff does go up the middle, which is, again, a little bit less predictable, but he does gain about 4 yards on that play.
And look how centered the Steelers logo is in the camera right now. I think they sometimes script these plays intentionally just to give us a nice visual.
Showcase the big badge or shield or whatever that thing is.
Mm-hmm.
So at the beginning of the game, they're like, vote on your choice for MVP, Nickelodeon's most valuable player.
And this was adults basically trolling the
And it was
results.
like, that's Tony. And it was like they only had a set 4 people that you could pick from.
Yep.
And they ended up, like, one of them was Mitch Trubisky, who was like 1 for 5 in the game. Drops back to pass, throws it up over the middle. Interception! Mitch Trubisky picked off.
Wow.
Oh, no. There's a flag on the play, so that's going to be
MVP Mitch.
Call it for me, Paxton.
Trubisky, go ahead. Trubisky was calling it, looked like, for maybe the holdings. Like, he was either that or trying to get a truck driver to honk.
Yeah,
he was definitely making this motion.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I missed it. Oh, pass interference by J.C. Jackson, who just came back from the Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
Pass interference on the play, Jamie, by
That
J.C.
is not
Jackson.
gonna be
Oh, so it's not going to be an interception. That's
turnover.
good. That's actually good for the over-under, staying under, because I need it to stay under.
The rapid run.
Are all of your is this the start of all of your parlays? Is the under hitting?
Yeah, basically. I have a same game parlay on this game.
Oh, nice.
I have both teams team total under, which is looking horrible at the moment. So you're gonna watch me get frustrated.
Yeah.
As I watch
Only good
football
podcasting,
game.
good commentary.
Yeah.
I think.
And now Jalen Warren's
In the comments, they're asking you to get angry, and they're like, "We'll like you when you're angry."
Jalen Warren's in the backfield. He's gonna stay back to block. Trubisky's gonna roll out to the right. He's gonna pitch it to Pickens.
It's a good comeback route by Pickens.
It sure was, and that'll be a gain of 4 on the play. Gets the ball out of his hands fast. Uses his legs a little bit. Staying mobile. 8:36 on the clock.
Was that the conclusion, though, that the adult football fans tuning into this television network for kids trolled this poll?
So, yeah. So they let you vote as many times as you wanted to, and you got to watch. So they did live updates of the scoring. So
you saw that bar
in the
rise.
first and second quarter, it would just be like 98% Mitch Trubisky, who was playing horribly, completed like less than 10% of his passes. As Tony Mack enters the chat, welcome, buddy. As a pitch goes to Jalen Warren, he gets munched up in the backfield. Great sack. Cool. Tony Mack on all social media platforms, including YouTube. You can subscribe to him. Joining us here on the couch. You're going to be out of the camera angle in that chair.
Okay, cool.
Mr. Tony. So you'll have to sit right there. Make yourself comfortable. Thank you so much for joining us today, buddy.
Wow, good block
nice uniforms.
You like the Thursday night all black uniforms for the Steelers. I love them too. They look.
I like black and yellow. I think it's a good combo. Yeah,
They
I
look
just
sharp.
hate the AFC logo in the yellow end zone.
In the end zones, yeah.
It just
Mitch
flashes so much.
drops back to pass. He's gonna get munched up before he can get any extra yards. So that's gonna be a long field goal attempt. But it's one part of the legs that I needed is 2 Chris Boswell field goals. So this is all coming together for me now.
Everything's coming up, Jamie.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, the scoring could definitely relax, but it will.
Yeah,
it will.
Until Boswell misses this.
No, but how dare you, Paxton?
Dude.
I'm going to speak
Damn,
again.
man. Jamie, did you have sex with Paxton's mom or something? Because that was evil.
Because nice.
Yeah, also great job.
Yes. Don't tell Natalie. Chris Boswell, automatic. Suck a dick, Paxton Bailey. Field goals up. Field goals good.
How far was that?
50, probably 60, 70 yards if I had to guess.
I always think
it's mountains.
I think it was.
That was at the 40.
I think it was a 50. I think it was a 54-yarder.
I always think it's the
you're
funniest
there.
thing whenever the guys after the kicker, like, congratulating the kicker with, like, the head nod, because they always, like, so many of them have to, like, duck down so much to get it.
There are some kind of small kickers,
Yeah.
but there are big kickers too, and people forget. Like big kickers, big punters. Punters are big. People kind of
There was
forget.
there was
Yeah,
a back
that
kicker
guy,
at
bro.
I see
Georgia
you
a while
representing the
back.
Patriots. What's the reason why?
I have a Patriots t-shirt, and they're one of the teams that are playing tonight.
That's why. That's the question we're trying to figure out.
Oh, Natalie's a Patriot fan. She's from
Oh, that
the
explains-
Boston area.
that
She went to
explains
school.
it.
She went to school up in that neck of the woods.
Oh, he's a good guy. That's why. Being romantic tonight.
No, she doesn't actually care about the Patriots. She's in class right now. She's not watching.
Jamie has this fantasy that one day everyone on this cast will always have merchandise to represent one of the two teams playing at all times.
I like cosplaying because
Yeah.
it helps the clips.
In Jamie's fantasy, he just wants us to be 3 Pat McAfees.
That works.
Yeah, 3 Pat McAfees, 1 Jamie is the title of the film that he wants to star in.
No, guys.
And
You guys
Boston
don't-
Connors.
You guys don't get it. I'm Pat McAfee. You guys are. No, I'm just kidding.
That's cool. I'll be Tito. I get it. You're Michael Jackson. I get it.
I am Michael Jackson.
Nothing wrong with that. You
I don't
got
know
the
what
hair.
that means exactly, but that is what I feel like.
The lead
Sometimes.
singer.
The lead singer. Oh,
Lead singer,
of the
yeah.
Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Tito was the lead singer?
No. Michael was.
Oh. I was going
Yeah, I was about to say,
Oh,
dude.
man. Where would that be at? Like everybody wanted to be like Tito?
That'd be like,
I mean, he
I'd
does
be
have dope
really
vodka.
upset if I was the lead singer and my little brother got everyone's attention.
I just think it's bad that like your brother's great. Like that's gotta
Well,
suck.
he wasn't that great.
You know.
Who,
What, Michael?
Yeah.
Did you say Michael
Sir.
Jackson wasn't great?
Sir,
He
Get the
didn't
fuck outta
he
here.
didn't
This
touch
is
the
why
kid.
y'all not gonna win
Go
the Super
take
Bowl.
your
Y'all see this
unathletic,
cowboy jersey? he's wearing?
non-tight end ass.
He doesn't understand what greatness is.
You
Bro,
didn't
that's
let
it.
the joke play out.
He doesn't understand what greatness is, you guys. That's all. That's it.
Yeah. He also doesn't understand what a joke is, so I'm not too worried about this punchline.
Thank you for coming on, Paxton.
I get your sarcasm, though, buddy. It's just cool. It's
I've
like
been
you
talking
can't
about
even
it.
use sarcasm.
He was about to
saying
make
Mike
a
McAfee.
reference to him diddling kids, which was not proven ever, so fuck off.
What about his
Right.
secret
And
room
he's
in his
so
mansion
good that
full
nobody
of
cares.
child
Full child what?
videos?
He did not have those. That was not a thing that existed. You listen,
So is Bill Belichick or Mike Tomlin getting fired after this year?
Belichick.
I think
Belichick.
they're
Belichick.
going to have
They
a
gotta be cold to fire Belichick.
mutual parting of ways, I think, is how it's
Yeah.
going to be phrased to the
public.
public.
It's like
Yeah.
when Mac Brown left UT.
Do you think Tomlinson is gone in Pittsburgh?
No.
I don't think
I
at
thought
all.
so.
I
I
don't
think they
think so.
kicks
at
him
all.
Into the end zone.
He'll die.
He's going to probably make the playoffs this season.
Yeah.
And
And
did you hear? He's probably like you don't want to say that about your head coach with that much tenure. He's probably going to make the
His
playoffs
team
this year.
stinks.
Well,
Right.
that's also
Well,
not
okay.
his head
So-
coach. This is just the Steelers, and he's wearing a Patriots jersey.
I was going to ask you though. Maybe it's if I'm not. Am I hearing you right? That are you worried that Mike Tomlinson is going to leave Pittsburgh?
Mike Tomlin.
Sorry,
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. Not
I-
popular comedian Taylor Tomlinson, who should take over in Pittsburgh.
The snap is away.
Woo,
Bailey
No, I
Zappi drops
just
back and
think-
throws another bomb down the field. It's almost intercepted.
Oh,
Almost picked off.
That was almost Casey again.
Was it?
I think so. Deontay Casey?
Yep, Deontay Casey on the coverage again. The guy who
Very
got
close.
burnt on basically the same exact route last drive. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. George.
Bench. That's
Mike
what
Tomlin,
happens.
I'd be more worried
Bench.
about leaving Pittsburgh because of how bad they are. If he got a better opportunity, like maybe, I don't know, in New England or
Well,
something.
I mean, maybe they need to switch it up. Like, I'm not saying I think Mike Tomlin is definitely a Hall of Fame coach. And, of course, Bill Belichick is one of the greatest. I'm not saying that. I'm
Snap
just saying.
is away. Handoff is up the middle to Ezekiel Elliott. Go ahead, Tony Mack, gain a 3.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, at some point, when are they going to swap out or change up the scenery? Like, normally, bunch of offense coordinators leaving.
Pittsburgh already did in their eye because they got rid of Matt Canada.
Yeah.
Tomlin isn't on their radar whatsoever.
I think
he's going to die in
Tomlin's-
Pittsburgh.
I think Tomlin is their guy. I don't think they'll
They
ever.
don't like-
I don't think they will
Oh,
ever get rid of him.
David Jake says, "Oh, hello. What's up? Welcome, Father. Thank you for joining into the cast. Make sure you sync up. I'll
What
tell
up,
you,
Daddy Jake?
I'll tell you how to do
Mr.
it.
Jake?
I'll tell you how to do
I
it.
like how
when
we all took 3 very different takes there.
the snap is away. The pass over the middle to Hunter Henry. And he catches it, and that's going to look like an offensive pass interference just the way that flag flew in towards the end.
That flag sailed into that screen. Did you see
I
that?
mean,
Patriots
I
need to
actually
sign a
like this
quarterback.
view for some reason. This Thursday night view. Like, you really can see the field in this one.
I like it too. I'm going to get a
I
much
like it.
bigger TV, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting delivered Monday.
You've said that. You've broken my heart multiple weeks, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm sorry
I
about
won't
that.
believe you until I'm looking at 75 glorious inches.
So next
you always
Thursday,
come up shorter than you claim.
well, story of my life. Next Thursday, though, we will have a much larger screen to watch Amazon Prime Vision on, which is we do have a love-hate relationship with the Amazon.
They're
Prime.
getting better. They've
They're
heard our
getting better
complaints.
this year.
I disagree.
like this angle.
I think they've gotten much worse since they
I think
started.
like the
I don't
first
mind where they're at
first
right
one
now.
was
No, I like this
fantastic.
angle. You actually can see
Snap
what
is
the
away.
safety's
Now
supposed
they're
to
in
do.
poor field goal position. They're going to dump it off to Ezekiel, and he's going to gain back about 6 yards as number 69 comes in for a big old bump into Zeke. You can that was Cole Strange, actually, controversial first-round draft pick for the New England Patriots. You can really tell when a offensive lineman is sick of the running back's bullshit when he comes in and just bulldozes them for no reason at the end
It's
of the
also
play.
payback because we often get ran directly into the back of us. Like I've had multiple running backs fall on the backs of my knees.
Oh, yeah, dude. I remember that.
This might be a little too much spread out. I was with you on
kick
the
is
last.
up. Oh, we hate the punt view.
Yeah, I don't like the punt view. But
And
I like the field view
It's
because you get
caught-
to see what the DB's supposed to do.
Austin on the return gains 2 yards. He'll be taken down by the 20. Yeah, we have talked about how we don't like the punt view. It is too spread out. We don't need to see the punt where the punt returner's lined up.
Yeah,
Right,
And if,
right,
and if you
Unless
really
it's
want to
super
show
weird.
it to us, put
screen.
a second box.
Mhm.
Double
Put a
cam.
small box of
Yeah.
where the
Like a
if you really
baseball
want to
shot.
show it to us.
The regular footage, like when they're doing the just regular offense defensive plays, it kind of reminds me of like the ISO view. If you ever played like NBA 2K,
Mhm.
where you're kind of looking at it from like that was always my favorite way to play
That view.
personally. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I only like it because you actually get to see the breakdown on offense
Yeah.
and defense of what everybody's supposed to do. Most of the game film, you're probably going to see the linebacker at best. Nobody knows what the safety's supposed to do, what the quarterbacks are looking at. How do they know if this guy's about to be
Yeah.
open? How can you tell who's truly supposed to be the MVP this year? By the way, who do y'all got?
It's probably going to be Brock Purdy.
Rob Purdy? I don't know, man. I think
Think about it.
Dak
I
is
mean,
good.
he's got amazing stats. He's number 1 quarterback in the league based on stats, and he was Mr. Irrelevant.
I'm
He's
cool
a
with that.
shoe-in to win.
the
That's a
Mr.
great
Irrelevant
Rudy
thing
story.
actually does give
It's a
him
great
kind of
Rudy
like a
story.
great story. I think that he's definitely a candidate. Honestly, Jamie's gonna love hearing this because as I'm thinking about it, I think Dak Prescott has a big opportunity to
think
pull
Dak-
it off. And I'm not like a Cowboy diehard by any means. I'm not even really a Cowboy fan, to be honest. I don't hate them, but like he's been doing really, really impressive things, especially when they play at home.
If he can keep the picks down,
Yes.
and
Which
in
they've
turn
trended
keep all
downward.
turnovers
He's down
down.
We talked about it.
6 this season.
We talked about it last week. He had a lot early on in the season, but he has steadily improved. with
Dak
the week.
beats Philly at home, which we will be live streaming. We'll be live streaming the Sunday night game.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
If Dak beats the Eagles at home, Jalen Hurts, who's number 3 or number 4 in the favorites as far as the gambling lines go to win the MVP this season, that's going to mean a lot. And if Jalen beats Dak
He also improves.
in Dallas,
Honestly,
he might
Jalen
bunny
winning
hop
in
him.
Dallas is probably a bigger bump for him than Dak winning in Dallas.
In
But
Dallas.
I
either one
agree.
of them This weekend really has a chance to kind of set that
I'm
picture
not impressed
in
with
motion.
Jalen Hurts. I think he needs to be removed out of the MVP conversation.
Well,
Would you push him by the tush to get him out of there?
Like I like Christian
gonna be illegal next
McCaffrey and
you
Tyreek
like
Hill.
the skill positions?
The skill positions
over...
and the defensive guy.
That's fair, actually, because I was going to say who are you going to put ahead of him, and I'm like, oh, that actually makes sense. Well said.
Some skilled guys. I like Myles Garrett, TJ Watt out there doing some beasting. Y'all got Michael Parsons. There's some, let's just switch it up. It shouldn't just be quarterbacks.
Next question we'll talk about next break is a different award. The Mitch Trubisky is in the backfield, MVP Mitch. Defensive alert. We hate that. We've discussed that. We drops back to pass, and he's going to get bumped. Freiermuth on the target. Easily broken up.
Yes, the defensive alert pisses me off because it's just anytime the linebackers move.
Yeah.
I think
so too. Kyle Duggar on that pass breakup. Yeah, we're talking about on the Prime Vision, which is the one that we're watching today.
Oh,
this is a tightrope procedure, is what they're talking about on the screen. So this is for a high ankle sprain. A high ankle sprain is when you tear that ligament that keeps your tibia and your fibula together. So that's your tibia and that's your fibula. And they basically just created your own ligament
brace.
The handoff is up the middle to Najee Harris. I think we have seen a higher prevalence of hamstring injuries after getting the tightrope procedure. But if you're a quarterback, who cares? I don't think it matters that much. I think Cooper Kupp got the same procedure last year.
Interesting. Honestly, that 3D model is a little bit too realistic. I'm personally uncomfortable right now, but
you've never cut open a dead person.
I have no problem with it. It's just I don't mix it with football. I slice into dead people most nights. I just contain it to my basement.
Got it.
Not in the stranger's living room.
Jalen Warren goes into motion. He's going to dump off, but Pickett's going to put it deep. And it's nowhere near the intended receiver. I'm sorry, I said Pickett. Mitch Trubisky puts it deep. And this is what we were talking about. Bro. This is what we were talking about, right? A couple of semi-successful offensive possessions immediately halted.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately halted. And look at these fans. I talked to a Pittsburgh fan today. I'm like, you excited for the game today? He's like, no, I'm probably not going to watch it. It's so boring. I'm like, dude, you are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Contention. Are you out of your mind? That's how spoiled Pittsburgh fans are. They're so sick of this game. Yeah, it was way too zoomed out. Don't need to be this zoomed out. But punts away in the air. And a lot of hang time on that sucker. Great punt. Bryant calls for a fair catch around his own 26-yard line, and that is where the New England Patriots will start as we're seeing some zap, zap, zap.
Is it zap or zappy?
Zappy.
Okay.
Zappy. So going off of what you were talking about with Steelers fans and how they're never excited for football games.
Yeah.
I actually grew up with a kid who is the son of an ex-Steeler.
Okay.
He used to play, his name is Chuck Lanza. He used to play center in
Shout out Chuck.
The late 80s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Jack is a Steelers fan. And I said the same thing. He's like, oh, they're playing Thursday. And that's just how he's been with the Steelers his whole life. The Steelers are so boring to watch to him.
Yeah, you probably get a little bit jaded when you're actually inside as the snap is away and zaps it over to the right to Thornton, and he catches it. And I think he's going to get a first down there.
It looked like a first, yeah. They're marking it on the graphic, but we know those aren't always all the way accurate.
Tyquan Thornton, 30-yard of Baylor. Go ahead, Tony.
I just think the Steelers is just – you have to just be a big fan of old school football. Just straight smash mouth. You know it's going to be low scoring, but – somebody's going to be beat up, bruised up, cut up after the game.
That's the
what
thing
I'm talking about.
And that's the coaches. That's not even the players yet.
What those Steelers fans love is taken out of the game now. Like that 2012 Steelers defense, like Mike Tomlin said, would have beat you up to the
Snap is away, play action, steps up in the pocket, avoids some pressure, throws it up over the middle to revenge game. Juju Smith-Schuster, top speed of 15.1 miles per hour. Maybe don't put that up. That's not very fast. But that's not fast. I mean, I'm sure he wasn't running full speed there, but that's kind of rude of the Amazon Prime Vision to put that stat up.
I guess if you're somebody who's trying to count, because obviously it wasn't his intention to sprint on this play. His intention was to get open in his route. So going 15 miles an hour isn't I don't think a big deal in this situation, but it makes you question why would you even mention it?
Yeah, like they were.
We all know he can run faster.
That's Amazon's thing is they put too many graphics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too much. Zap, 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 drops back to pass. And he's got some time to work with. He gets bumped, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. But for comparison, they were flashing like the Dolphins top speed on plays. It'd be like Tyreek Hill and Achan were going like 21 miles per hour on some plays.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that's rude for you to just like 15. I think 15 divided by 20 is like 75 or something like that.
Well,
So
you may
that's
not know this,
20%.
Jamie, but Zappy actually has the best quarterback performance in any game on the same day that his wife and his gay best friend got mad at him for something. So
Is that what we just saw?
yeah, just
Oh, wow. I missed that graphic.
yeah, it popped up. It's
Defensive
it's
alert
important
as
to know these things.
Bailey Zappi drops back to pass, and he throws it up over the middle to Jalen Rager, and he drops the ball.
Great breakup, man.
Jalen Rager out of DFW
Mr.
ish.
Wallace.
He went to Waxahachie High.
Levi Wallace
Great
on the pass
ball, man.
breakup. Who went to Waxahachie?
Jalen Rager.
Oh,
Oh,
shout out.
wow. Take a shot for Texas.
Playoff
100
contenders, not like Florida State losers.
The Patriots. You guys thought that they got that right? The college football playoff.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
watch
with it.
college football.
I don't
but
either, but I
I think
have
it's
an opinion on it,
hilarious that
obviously.
Florida is really mad about it.
Drops back to pass. Zap, zap, zap. Steps up in the pocket. Throws it up. Ooh, wow.
Good
Danger,
defense.
danger, danger.
At first, I
Great
thought that was going to
defense.
Gasecki or Henry, whatever.
Yeah,
tight end it
that's
is.
what it looked like, right? It looked like the lower down receiver.
Yeah.
I did
Also, not a
see-
bad ball if that's where it went.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I saw a meme today that was essentially I don't know if it's really a meme as much as it was like a request by a bunch of like fans of that school that they want them to like accept the Orange Bowl invitation and go to the Orange Bowl and get all the perks and do all the stuff and then enjoy it, and then when the game comes to kick off, just refuse to play and essentially use
Punts
the
in
same
the air?
excuse that they did when they didn't make the playoffs. It was something along
Receive,
the
and
lines
he's
of like,
gonna
the
have
games don't really
return.
matter.
Game two.
I blame participation trophies for that. When I found out ESPN they said was going to lose like $150, $160 million if Florida State was going to the playoffs instead of Alabama, that's a good reason for Alabama to be going to the playoffs. I don't know why nobody don't get this. It's not about what you Florida fans want. Sorry, Florida. I love you guys.
Florida State shows
Florida
a little
State,
bit of
by the way.
respect.
Yeah, sorry. It's not about what you Florida State fans want. It's about what the rest of the world wants. And the rest of the world rather see Alabama.
Well,
It's
that's
not-
the bowl game system,
Right.
though. Like if you're going to do that, that's fine, but don't do the playoffs. Don't
Right.
don't make it a playoff situation. If you're going to make your choices based on what games are going to make the most views, the most money, the most fans happy,
keep
that
votes.
is the old bowl system. That's
I mean,
fine.
they
But if
still
you're
want a
going to
true
make a
champion,
playoff
though.
system, you've got to find a way that everybody that goes undefeated gets a seed in the
At least-
playoffs.
You're right.
At
No
least push it to 8 seeds.
No one
Right.
I'm cool
exactly.
with that.
And it's going to be 12 next year, but no one should really Florida State fans, if you're mad at anybody else other than the NCAA for
Correct.
keeping with this 4 playoff, like that worked the first couple of years because there was only 2 good teams for like 6 years in a row.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? And yeah, go. Not
Everyone
going
I
to
know
8
who
or
watches
something this
college
year.
says that
Right.
there is a minimum of 6 teams that deserve the playoffs. this
Bridge the
year.
gap.
I get
Bridge the
it.
gap.
I mean, it wasn't done. Nobody knew this season was going to play out like this, but I think it's because the quarterback is out.
Dude, why don't we
The starting
have
quarterback. And didn't like TCU last year, starting quarterback went down or something like that?
No.
Last
No,
year's
no, no.
Max Duggan when they went to
Max Duggan, they went, well, either way, people were upset because TCU got drugged in the BCS championship game, but they beat Michigan. They
Yeah.
got into a spot people felt they didn't deserve, but they knocked off the number 2 team.
So I guess the Michigan.
So it's like they're trying to protect the blowout. They don't want to see Florida State get drugged by any of these teams because they don't have their best players.
Well, we still might see it from a very pissed off Georgia team. So that is what we're missing out on.
Yeah.
Is I think they got the teams right, but that what we're missing out on is the maybe best or second best team, depending on who you're asking, like talent wise, Georgia, and the team that's arguably like the
Didn't do
most
anything
deserving.
wrong.
They won every game that
Yeah.
They went out.
They
Didn't
won.
do anything wrong.
They already have March Madness. We should get like Christmas chaos and just make it a huge bracket tournament. I know football's a more demanding game, so you can't do that like in a couple day span. So you'll have to maybe spread it out, start it at Thanksgiving and run it through New Year's. I don't know. But we need something like that because why not give it to some teams that don't really have any actual shot, but it's so fun to see an underdog story happen. How cool is it when a 32 seed makes it to the finals of a bracket and everybody loses their shit? We could have the same thing in college football, and then no one gets their butt hurt from not having a chance.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Get it right, NCAA. And they are. Next year will be good. Najee Harris gets the handoff, and he's going to get munched up, but he's going to fall forward for a good gain of 3. He got hit in the backfield. He did a great job of kind of falling forward there after contact.
Yeah, he's kind of become the Steelers' power back, and Jalen Warren has become the
Scott.
yeah.
Kyle Duggar on the tackle. Not a big body,
Not a big body,
but not a small body either.
Yeah,
Listed at
he's-
222.
he's still one of the best corners in the league.
Oh, yeah.
He can
Lined
lined
up
up across from
But
J.C.
I
Jackson,
like how
another one of the
Pittsburgh
best.
is just slowly beating you down, though.
Oh, yeah.
They slowly beat you down all through the game.
Playing some smash mouth football, and
Oh, yeah.
we love it. That's what we're here to watch, right? We're enjoying this game. Mitch Trubisky drops back to pass. He's going to pressure up the middle. He's going to throw it over to the left. Jalen Warren's going to catch it, and he's going to break 3 tackles, and he's going to get the first down, but he stops the clock, and I have the under. And the referees fuck up, and they run the clock. Let's go, referees.
Refs did the same thing you did.
Let's go, referees.
I bet they magically get into field goal range, and suddenly everything stops going their way.
Yeah, that would be an easy way to fix games, right? When no one's paying attention in the first quarter.
That
when
is
you just
definitely
you go
someone
like
saying we need
this.
to get this
Yep.
game over with.
Instead of this on accident, just once or twice, run
Dude,
45
I
seconds off the clock.
legitimately am a subscriber to this theory. I'm not joking when we talk about it.
I'm
I
not either.
100%
Hand off up the middle to Najee Harris, and he's going to get munched up in the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
by number 2.
And that's going to take, they ran the clock there, and that's going to take us to the first quarter.
That's-
Sure is.
Thank you for the
Just
fuck
under
out
it.
from Jamie's expense.
Thank you for having a pointless Thursday game. Just get it over with, refs.
The Steelers are in playoff contention. This is a big game, you guys. This is smash mouth football, and they're going to line up pretty early here. Do you think they're going to run a play?
No. It wouldn't make sense.
At
to
least
They're going
see
to try and
what
get a penalty.
At least see with the Patriots. Well, they're not under center. That's usually you usually want to be under center if you're going to do try and make the defense jump. And the snap is
They
away,
called it.
and he's going to drop back, and he's not going to see anybody, and he's going to avoid one tackle, but he's going to slide down after a gain of 3 on a scramble run. 3rd down, and they're going to flip fields after a short break going into the 3rd quarter.
I don't know about that one, Mike Tomlin. I think I would have took that one to the second quarter.
That must have been a Mike Tomlin, like, hey, Mitch, like, line him up. If you really like what you see, call the play. If not, just get under center and give him a hard count. And Mitch saw that lineup by the Patriots, showed him, and he's like, oh, yeah, I got it. And then everything immediately self-destructed. He's like, oh, shit, I'm just going to.
Out of bounds.
No.
Everything happened real fast.
I think things are happening. Mitch Trubisky not known for his game managementship, you know.
If
Not
Mitch
a
Trubisky ever got mic'd up,
Quicksand.
shit.
Y'all ever been afraid of quicksand?
Not a skill of him. So I'll ask you guys this question. Comeback player of the year, DeMar Hamlin still the heavy favorite.
Yep.
Gambling wise.
came back to life.
He has been active for 1 game that I'm aware of this
Mhm.
season. Not medically inactive, just not good enough to make the starting roster.
Well, so who are some other people? Who's in the word bank
Right, yeah.
of the category
I
other
don't
than
want to give
DeMar
it to him
Hamlin?
because I'm still questioning to figure out if he's still him.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua has to win.
Tua has to win that one.
I said preseason, one of my bold takes, and every time I said it, everyone's like, no, you're an idiot, Jamie. Shut up. Was Tua's going to play all 17 games this season. And he's still, knock on wood, someone find some for me. He's still on track to do that. And with the season he's having, especially if the Dolphins just win out, which they easily could, best offense in the league,
Yeah.
come back from literally like doing.
Yeah, I would go with Tua.
Throwing up gang signs.
I'm still not sure that's the real Devin Ham or whatever his name is.
Let's
I'm still not realizing that's the real dude, so I'm not even going to give that a vote. But Tua, come on, man. This is a good guy in the running for the MVP this year.
Yeah.
How can you not get it? That's the least you can do. All right,
That's
couldn't
the
give you
perfect
MVP, but
That's
you
the
know,
perfect person to give it to
yeah.
also because he's not going to
you
go to the
can't
Super
get
Bowl.
MVP this year, Tua. But
Yeah.
we do have comeback player of the year. You can have that. That's cool, though. You can have comeback player of the year. I hope they give MVP to Dak, though. Because because it would like make the Cowboys
It
take
really
their
just
foot off
depends
the
on the rest of the
gas.
season for Dak.
Well, that's going to help you too. That's my argument for gambling on Tua to be comeback player of the year, because I don't think, as the cat feeder goes off in the background, I don't think it's going to be a massive issue. I think that narrative's going to keep on spreading. I don't think DeMar's going to start many games this season. I don't think he's played a single, or he has played.
We wouldn't
he
know
played
his
snaps.
name if that didn't happen.
Well, I mean, with all due respect, all of this, obviously, with all due respect,
He was a fourth string corner.
yeah, and there's a lot of highlights of him getting beat up on before he had his
But to
injury
his
or whatever you
defense,
want to
though,
call it.
like he came back to life.
That's
That's kind of to put something over that.
that
His
is
player.
pretty
career
sweet.
has not, though. Like you said, he's played one game.
Jalen Warren. And if he comes back next year and plays a bunch of games, then give it to him then. But he's got to play, right?
Yeah, he got
Jump
to
back to
Come back
pass.
and play
Ooh.
back.
Throws it up over the middle. Intercepted. Oh, no.
Pick six to the house.
Oh, no.
Jabril.
Stop him. Jabril Peppers.
Oh.
They stopped him. Wow.
Mike Trubisky being Mike Trubisky.
If New England just had an offense, their secondary is terrifying. Jabril Peppers, J.C. Jackson, Kyle Duggar. There's one more.
See, that's why I love this view, because we saw already that was a bad decision. We didn't have to wait for the replay.
Right.
We saw it live. Why would you throw this?
That's why we have such a love-hate with this production, is that it's like, give us like a, one with less bells and whistles, right?
Well, in your Amazon, so the fun thing is you could actually theoretically have the option to turn all this stuff on or off, like a Madden video game, right? Put it in your settings. Have
The
one of your
platform
nerds.
is not there yet.
It's year one.
Gotta
It's
wait
year
with
one.
one.
I see the future of this doing exactly what I'm talking
It's
about.
not year one.
It's not for Amazon Prime Vision?
No, last year was year one.
Last
Okay.
year they did the
My
same
mistake.
thing.
And
Trubisky
it was
took a shot to the helmet,
Pretty
though.
good.
That's
Did
why
they
I'm saying
turn
it was
that
better
penalty
last
back?
year. It's gotten worse. No, I missed it, Tony Mac. Sorry, good call out of you. Handoff goes to Ezekiel Elliott up the middle, and he's going to gain 3 yards on the play. They can get a first down if they get the ball within the 1 yard line, but they are essentially second and goal here.
Shout out to Zeke, man.
Yeah, I really did want to see a resurgence from him because
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't utilized well the end of his career at Dallas. They just put him in terrible situations. They're like, hey, run it up at 3 people that are lined up right here, and one of them is Aaron Donald. Figure it out.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I don't think they understand the value in having Zeke for the Cowboys. Like, if you looked at last year with him and Tony Pollard,
Yep.
I get Tony
Great
Pollard
combo.
was getting more yards per carry, but Zeke was wearing down the defense.
Yes.
And it wasn't like Tony Pollard was just getting 6 yards a clip. No, he might get 2 yards here, 2 yards there. Then he takes something to the house eventually. So it's going to look like, okay, he was averaging 6 yards a carry. No,
They didn't
it was
wanna-
those Zeke 3.8 to 4 yards a carry that was wearing a defense down. And then when they're tired and you get those big dudes that get up to the line and put their hands up on their hips, then you send Pollard in there to go get a big game.
Yep.
No,
Fresh.
Pollard was never a 1A, and I said that coming into the season, but they just refused to accept that Zeke has become a power back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's going to get you 3 yards every time, and he has been since after he got his suspension from 6 games. That has been him ever since, and they just wanted to make Tony Pollard, because yards per carry, like you said, was so high.
So something that we have to mention that happened on the TV, which is why we're in commercial. Alex Highsmith was in on that tackle. There was a lot of bodies in the area, was down on the turf, injury timeout here for a integral part of this Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
Yeah.
With the Amazon Prime Vision, going back to that, I do think that they are in a unique position compared to the other broadcast companies that do presentations of football, that they could do like what we talked about with like Madden. Like, there are some of the features that I imagine are so useful for people that are watching, where you can kind of see it highlights green when it's an open receiver, red when it's a cover receiver.
It's nice.
You may or may not love that, but being able to turn that on or off would be an incredible feature.
Yeah.
Same thing with being able to have
Just don't
multiple
bully me.
fields of view. I feel like Amazon, I mean, what's a couple of extra cameras to Jeffrey Bezos?
Even
You have multiple options. So if I want to watch the punt from that stupid pulled out view, more power to me. If I want to look into the fear of the eyes of the punter as all those guys run at him, I can have that too.
Well, then you can program
That's a
multiple
good
screens, right?
Yeah.
And people are going to have awesome setups like that have multiple screens that you can have like
You gonna
a
sneak
like
on
a
me like
way
that?
zoomed out like all the whole football field kind of view.
Yeah.
Guess
For
you say
whatever
I'm not
reason.
working fast
And I
enough.
feel like that's a
I got you,
handful
bud.
of
I got you,
drones,
buddy.
which I've seen them put on
There you
Christmas displays that made it, or a
I know you're
Halloween
jumping
display that
back
made
up
it look
there.
like a skeleton walk down Fifth Avenue. Surely they can manage 5 angles that are unique to Amazon Prime that we can tune into and change on the dime as we feel need.
And they also provide watch-alongs live with the licensed stream.
Yeah. I mean, they could theoretically hire 4 DFW comedians that wanted to do commentary for those that wanted to tune in and watch.
They should,
here,
they should,
and it would be auto-synced, so
Amazon,
we won't have to
hire
sync
us.
up at home.
They should honestly hire us
by the way.
before we get too big. Yeah, Bailey Zappi in shotgun here. Drops back to pass, and he's going to zap it over the middle. And
That's a Henry
Hunter
touchdown.
That defender falls over Hunter Henry wide open in the back of the end zone, touchdown.
Now, this kid Zap better not be the next Tom Brady, and y'all getting rid of Bill Belichick.
No.
This
I've watched
better
him
not
play. He's
be.
definitely he's worse than Drew Bledsoe.
We've seen enough
Drew
from
Bledsoe was nice.
Ish.
Nah, he had a Super Bowl, and Tom Brady.
Then what happened? Tom Brady came in and just like, man, they never looked back.
Say,
I remember
man, the
watching that
gods of
Super Bowl.
football looked down on Tom Brady. Just took Drew Bledsoe's Super Bowl away from him because it was definitely going to be his.
He never started again, Bledsoe, anywhere else.
Cowboys? He was a Cowboys quarterback from the
Started?
kick is
He never
up.
started for you guys?
Kick is good.
Ah,
14 on the clock.
I remember one year they was talking about the big matchup between Brady and Bledsoe.
No,
This was that year T.O. was with the team or something. One of those years. I could be wrong.
Bill
I don't
Belichick's
know.
kicking the shit out of the Steelers right now.
Yeah.
This is pride right here.
Mitch Trubisky's playing really bad.
yeah.
If anyone else is
Yeah, they're not having a great quarterback situation, and that obviously hurts. And I mean, realistically, even their starting quarterback has not been premier. He's been better than Zabisky, but Jake
Look at that
Pickett
boy.
or,
Looks just
is
like
it
Brock
Pickett?
Purdy.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
Good
Kenny
job.
Pickett.
Brock Purdy in Bill Belichick's system right there.
That's one. If you go back and look at his other highlights from this season, it's a lot of picks, and they're in other people's highlight tapes.
I have a stern belief, and look, I am a diehard 49er fan, so I'm not beating up on the kid, but I have a stern belief that it's
Ooh.
Kyle Shanahan's system more than it's Brock
Got
Purdy.
an injury update?
Alex Highsmith neck injury, questionable to return.
Jamie, send him your electronic card,
My electronic card.
your e-card.
Fly out to New England real quick, Pittsburgh real quick, and
He's
do-
got the money. He can fly to Jamie.
They do have chiropractors on the field available for the players during the game.
I'm sure they do.
They do. I think they have 4 per game.
Wild.
Kick is up in the air, and the kick is into the end zone.
Give it up for the kickers, MVPs.
Yeah, I agree. I do love the yellow end zones, Miles, but that red, just leave it off.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
cancel it for the week.
Yeah, just don't worry about your
Ain't over it.
AFC affiliation. So yeah, we're getting the live update from the sideline. Neck injury questionable, and that is not who they're talking about. That's TJ Watt. So that's an interesting choice by the production company. But so yeah, and then they do silly stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
like basic production stuff.
and yeah, I was gonna say that's not even a football situation. That is literally just like a production thing. Like,
Bingo.
the news would
Yeah.
know to do that.
Oh wow, he gets munched up in the backfield. Najee Harris receives the pitch and then just gets absolutely munched up.
Come on, Mike Tomlin. They putting 8 and 9 in the box.
Who's
What are the chances that Rudolph is going to be playing in the full quarter?
Is he dressed tonight? I don't even know.
Oh, he's dressed. He's looking in play.
Mason Rudolph is dressed for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm. And he's in his playbook.
Oh, this is.
I didn't even think
I
Mason
don't even know who
Rudolph was on
Mason
the
Rudolph
Steelers.
is.
I didn't think he was on the Steelers either.
Somebody up there, Rudolph Randolph's just someone. They're going
Somebody.
to the third string quarterback.
For sure,
by full
somebody
quarter.
is on that. team.
Someone.
Mr. Trubisky drops back to pass, throws it up over the middle to Freiermuth, and he's going to get good, strong 6 yards on the play. Love that.
That's good. Some positivity.
It's great. Yeah, we
Sometimes
just got
one positive thing.
the Steelers can't.
Yeah. HIV, that's all you need.
Shout out to Bill King.
Anthony Jennings on that tackle for a loss 2 plays ago.
What's his name?
Anthony Jennings.
How do you spell that?
ANFERNY.
Penny.
ANFENEE. Jennings.
Yeah.
Snap is
That
away.
close.
Trubisky drops back to pass, throws it to an interception. No,
Oh, looks like it should have been, right?
It
he threw
definitely
it.
should have.
He
He
hit.
threw such a bad pass, it wasn't an interception.
He hit Alex Austin right in the numbers. Oh wow! And the Steelers are booed. The Steelers fans are booing.
So we making this side bet that the third string quarterback is going to be playing by the full quarter.
Well, that's a big no interception because now the Steelers are going to punt it away. Yeah. So who is the Pittsburgh Steelers? Man, I can't believe Mitch Trubisky isn't playing well. That's a big shock to me.
Oh yeah, him and that wide receiver.
Yeah, that I can't believe that wasn't picked.
Mason Rudolph.
Oh, yeah.
Mason Rudolph.
Well said. The punt is caught for a fair catch on the 28-yard line by Bryant. Mason Rudolph, 6'5", 235. How old is Mason Rudolph?
28.
28.
He's 28.
Huh.
I thought he was a little bit younger than that. I would put him at 26.
No, I remember him being an older dude coming out of college.
Yeah, it's time to warm that arm up, Mason.
Where did he go to college?
Mason Rudolph.
Did he go to Oklahoma State?
Yeah, Paxton Bailey.
Jackson.
Woo!
Shout out Preston Smith. He's the left guard at Oklahoma State and a friend of mine.
Cheers
Yeah.
to that guy.
Is that when you were in tight end school?
Yep. No, that was when I was still fat. I was in left guard school with him.
Nice.
My dad just said whale shit.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's gonna stay under. We're I think he's in on the same similar action that I am. Pitch to the right, Ezekiel Elliott gets munched up in the backfield.
Slipped, but it was a good thing.
And this is what we're talking about. Even without Highsmith in the game currently, the Steelers defense are buzzing. Nick Herbig on the tackle there for a loss.
We're seeing the Steelers defense are buzzing because I feel like the Steelers defense has been pretty weak so far.
No, that's not true. They just Mitch Trubisky, I think, has turned the ball over in their own zone.
Yeah, okay,
Once.
it's fair.
Yeah,
they don't
they've been
have
dealing with short
to.
field.
The first drive touchdown.
They've been given some points. Yeah,
That was their two scores. Other than that, the Steelers have been great.
Yeah, this has been 80s football.
Zach drops back to pass, and it's to Zeke, and he drops it inexplicably.
I'm remembering back to that first drive where we made a couple of times, like Zeke, for instance, had that wide open, just walk-in touchdown. And that was not with given field position. That was earned through a pretty miraculous catch, though.
Jamie Boston's got something.
Oh, good. Boston's chewing on a stick. This little monster.
Boston.
He's been naughty for a couple of days. We haven't let him hang out with his friend for too long. As we
have a bad influence on
we
him?
were in Austin. No, they were actually well behaved together. Zappy drops back to pass, looks to the left, stares to the left, looks to the right, looks to the left, and he's gonna throw it to Ezekiel Elliott. His check down. Looked like on that play he forgot where his check down was, right?
Yeah.
He's like, where is that motherfucker? Where is that motherfucker?
Oh shit. Oh no.
That's
Zeke
gonna be
almost
fourth
picked
down.
up the first though on that. Shout out to Zeke.
And the clock is running, boys. The clock is running.
I feel like we have big potential for a nice little side project of a song, if you're Zappy and you know it, and then we'll just fill in the blanks from there.
I love the concept. It's a good Instagram short.
Let's go.
Hey, you gotta return this one, buddy.
And the punt is into the end zone.
They tricked Amazon.
So they tricked the production is what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Guys. So they zoomed it all the way out, right, for that punt, and then they zoomed it in, missed where the punt went out.
Yeah.
I just knew he was returning. I'm looking, okay, he's feeling this. And
he goes, Calvin Austin. Yeah,
that wasn't intentional. The guy actually just is like kind of falling asleep through this, and he like zoomed in on accident.
He's telling his boss, it was just a good play. I didn't think it was a good fake. I thought he was going to catch it.
No one's watching this game. You're okay.
Yeah, his boss is asleep.
I know the pain. Once in a middle school football game, we were in a reverse so well that we scored a touchdown, but the referees blew the whistle when the fake got tackled.
Oh,
it was heartbreaking because we didn't win a lot.
Yeah, that's youth football for you. Motion.
They outcoached the refs.
Play action. Trubisky rolls out to the right. He's got some legs. He's going to use them, and he's going to gain 3 yards on the play. All right.
Oh. But did you see the slide?
Yeah,
Great
The
yeah.
slide
slide.
looked good.
Great
I
run.
like the little dust cloud that came up when he hit. Like you can tell he has like the dramatics for the position.
Kyle Duggar going to get credit for that tackle. Having
That
himself
was-
a game, by the way, Kyle Duggar.
That's at least 3, I think.
He's got 3 tackles.
That was the equivalent of thinking you saw a real attractive chick and she turned around and looked like the predator.
Like me.
Like he took off like it was like that was going to be
It's
at
like
least
basically
15
this
yards
to this.
to get 3. It was just like
Was that Hunter Henry getting looked at?
anything positive though. Anything positive.
3 yards, dude. If you get 3 yards every time, you'll get a first down and eventually a touchdown every time.
3 and
Every
3rd. Handoff goes to Warren. It's going to
With a
be
flag.
a flag on the play. He's not
Until
going to get
that
the first
happens.
down. But I'm
Yeah.
going to guess that's going to be either illegal formation or offsides.
I think it's a false start based on
Hold
the
it.
Well, they would have blown the play dead if it was a false start.
Holding. Bring him
I
back.
said
No,
holding.
it was a pre-snap penalty
Mm,
that they threw it on the snap.
got it.
So it either illegal formation or illegal motion. They did have a motion man. Maybe he wasn't set for long enough. Mike Tomlin looks like he's pissed, so maybe the flag's on the Steelers.
Good 5 yards. Legal motion.
Oh, legal motion. Yeah, it was.
Say Jamie.
What a shit show. Jesus Christ. I mean, this game's great. All right. They declined the penalty.
They declined it?
Yeah, they lost. They lose the down, gain of 2 or 3 on the play anyway. Who cares? Field goal, punt, interception, punt. But hey, as long as they keep punting, I'm happy with where we're at because we just need one more Chris Boswell catch
Field goal,
or field goal. Yeah, sorry.
and you're winning.
And
Over here.
we're in the money. Deontay Johnson also could get involved here to make us a lot of money. And I honestly believe in the Steelers' defense to hold them to no more points the rest of the game. That's not something that I don't think is unrealistic. Pass is to Johnson, and he's not going to catch it.
But
Ball was out of bounds anyway. 4th down for the Steelers.
How do you feel about the defense not scoring for the rest of the game?
I think MVP Mitch is really going to take care of the ball because he knows if he throws another interception in this game, it's
To the
Rudolph
bench.
time.
Yeah,
Too
he might
bad.
also be at this point like, for the love of God, get me out of here. I'm not an NFL quarterback. I'm not an NFL quarterback.
Pittsburgh
Just waiting to
defense
be a
is
quarterback
definitely
coach.
about to give up another touchdown.
Oh,
The boys are tired.
the punt's away?
That husky ass punter just dropped one.
Yeah. Wow. Okay,
damn
so
it,
the punt
Amazon.
happened, and Amazon Prime Vision did not have it until the punt was going off the guy's foot, and they had a zoomed-in angle from the opposite sideline.
Yep.
The only
Exactly.
time they've ever
That's what Pittsburgh
He
fans
actually
are
works for
like.
Amazon and just
Exactly.
happens to be a Steelers fan.
Exactly.
It's an Amazon employee. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm getting paid in shares
Hey,
for this
Patriots
company.
fans, y'all needed this tonight. Y'all needed this. It's been a long.
This game isn't over.
It's been a long post Tom Brady era for you guys.
It's not even mid-second quarter.
This game is.
Yeah, I don't trust. You seem a lot
Mason
more faithful.
Rudolph is
I
gonna
don't
come
trust
in
the
and-
New England Patriots to win this ball game.
I
He's going to
just
score 5 passing
don't see.
touchdowns.
I don't see Pittsburgh coming back. They can't move the ball.
Until
Dude,
Mason Rudolph comes in
bro,
and
it's
scores
the
5
first
passing
week of
touchdowns.
December. Of course, Rudolph is going to fucking rain it down tonight.
It's a part of the
This is
script.
this is
Someone
a
call
script,
James.
Bro. Yeah, James is letting us know right now.
Oh, we already lost our bet. That's why we were upset. I had 12.5 under for the Patriots, so we lose. Oh, well.
You have 12.5 under?
Yeah.
Oh, for the Patriots only, not for the game. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, they just lost the last 3 games without giving up over 10 points.
Well, good thing for you now. You can just sit back and enjoy wonderful football.
Well, that's what I have been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one is just going. I think the Patriots going to take this one. They haven't been winning. They finally got a good team. They got in the chokehold, and they have no quarterback. I don't see what would be the reason to lose it. Like
They're going to find a way.
they're going to find a way.
I
You think they
kind
want
of
Caleb
feel like
Williams?
they are. I mean, maybe I'll disagree at half, but it feels like they definitely are. She looks super familiar. Where is she from?
I don't remember,
She-
but I remember her being my favorite woman I've ever seen.
She was
ever.
on the Carmichael show. She played Carmichael's
so-
girlfriend.
Was it like
the comedian? I can't think. Gerard Carmichael. She played his girl.
She was also in a movie.
and a TV show for a small, maybe like How I Met Your Mother?
That might be what I'm
Probably.
thinking of.
She was cute though. She was pretty.
Yeah.
I mean Hollywood, right? It would make sense, right?
You gotta be at least kind of pretty.
Right. You got to at least. That's the rule of Hollywood. You
Or
got to
really
be good
ugly.
enough to make people.
Like
want
Yeah.
so
So
ugly.
ugly or a fetish.
Yeah.
But if your talent makes you sexy though, like you still can be sexy with your talent though.
All right, you leftist.
Yeah, I mean Quentin Tarantino.
I don't know. I don't want to see a fat lady dance a whole lot.
I feel like I'm sexy with my talent. That's going to be a weird documentary, huh? I guess they just
Coach
signed
Prime.
a really big tackle, like the number 1 tackle recruit in the country.
Oh,
Just signed with
The Blind
Colorado.
Side Part 2.
Yeah,
He has a black family.
I'd watch it.
Check it out. It's
Current New England
Oh,
minus
yeah,
6.5.
he
The live
is-
spread is New England minus 6.5. I think I would recommend betting that live.
Yeah,
Steelers plus 6.5.
they obviously
where
feel.
Ezekiel Elliott gets the handoff. He's going to run up the middle and he's going to gain 2 yards on the play.
They also obviously
It's a
feel like
good
Pittsburgh
three.
is due for a little bit of a comeback at least.
Well, yeah, that's just like
I don't see the same intensity on defense.
from who? The Steelers?
I just saw J.J. Watt just check his messages. T.J.
His-
Watt
Well,
just
you
check
see
his
how
messages.
much money he's getting from that taco commercial.
Yeah, he just checked his messages. God, let me see what my agent just said.
As-
I don't see the same energy.
Just hit his Venmo.
I'm still pissed that they got 3 white dudes to push tacos on national television. That's not cool.
Yeah, but it's El Paso tacos. It makes sense.
Zappy under center, play action, drops back, throws
Easy
it
work.
to Brown, and he's going to get tackled after he kind of breaks 1 tackle.
Didn't go down.
Referee stopped the clock that time.
Damn, dude.
Great tackle by the line.
Who is
By
that?
the line. He got a good 3 fighting. Oh, that's a terrible spot. That is a terrible spot.
That is a rude spot. And they are running the clock. So they're giving him forward progress there. The
Bill
referees.
Belichick.
Ooh, look at that. Even top.
You're sharing some top tonight.
43 yards of offense.
Top is mutual. 43 yards. Not many yards.
Not good.
Not good.
I've got so many tight ends.
Montgomery goes in motion. Drops back to pass. Ooh, throws it into the
Oh,
hole. Revenge game. Juju Smith-Schuster,
Juju
18.1 miles per hour.
He's getting faster.
where do you get impressed, Jamie? Does he have to hit 20?
You got to hit 19.
I think Tyreek.
Yeah,
Do
really.
you go back in time at that point?
Yeah, I think we might have
If
to
we
go
get to
back in
19
time.
miles an hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
Ooh, that's not very fast. It's not very fast for
I
a
mean, he just came out of a break.
NFL receiver. I might be able to hit 18 though.
Well, I mean, that's
We'll go-
coming out of a break. That's not top speed.
I mean, think about this. That
But I'm not.
a few years ago,
I'm nowhere near. Should be on a football field.
You don't have a cool name like Juju.
Minus
Smith.
34 reception yards over expected. That's a real stat. Zappy drops back to pass. Throws up to a wide open.
Touchdown.
Hunter Henry.
What a game for Henry.
Second touchdown of the game. Third touchdown. And it's Zappy time.
wow.
Thank you to everyone
He
watching
really
the
spread
live.
out.
I just called it.
I'm struggling with Zappy and You Know It lyrics, so maybe we should switch to Pharrell's I'm Zappy. Either way, we need a parody song. Yeah.
Zappy. Oh, I like that
We'll
better.
have some more fun with the lyrics on that one.
Pass
So
it
last week we had Paxton and Jamie do a
Oh,
jumping
wow.
competition, which Jamie deleted instead of posting.
Off by 5.
So instead, this week, I think we need to challenge and see if at halftime Jamie can, in fact, get up to 18 miles an hour. We'll film you in your streets. We'll record it. We'll figure out how to get a reference. I'll drive my car next to you if I have to.
This feels like the
We'll
office.
race.
This
That
feels
was-
like an episode of the office.
The Office when you run past the and the car drives by.
Michael Scott.
35. That's a new record.
That's it.
That Michael, that's physically impossible. Beat it is the scene.
That was one of the greatest TV shows.
Great. Even when Michael left, I still enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought some of the best seasons they had were without Michael, not because of his
Ooh,
absence.
That's a hot take.
I'm gonna lie. That's only because me and my wife was in love with the whole Jim and Pam thing. It wasn't the same without Michael.
Yeah,
But we got
that's
caught up in the Jim and Pam thing.
It wasn't the same without Michael, but they did have.
Jim was a home record.
It fizzled. It
Yeah.
fizzled.
I-
did.
I think that the place that show should have ended, and this is going to be a controversial take, Jim and Pam's wedding should have been the end of the show. Everything past that, I'm not saying there weren't really good episodes, but it was never as good again.
What
thought
season,
that-
Jim and Pam?
Yeah,
4.
that was like season 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's early.
No,
It's
there's so
real
many
early.
iconic.
I
There's
think
so many.
Michael Scott leaving the office should have been
The
the end.
CPR scene.
That should have been it.
Dwight Schrute cutting the face off the CPR dummy. That's
I said what
season
I
7.
said. I said what I said. I believe
Well,
it.
that's
I'm with you on that one, though. But I
I
still
believe it.
like Michael Scott.
I would rather a show. I love Michael Scott, and I think that the second natural conclusion is when he leaves the show. Obs.
Yeah.
But I think that
You're so wrong. Kick us away. Kick us
Jamie
in the
doesn't
end
want to
zone.
hear it.
I had that show ruined for me. Your roommate.
How
in
could you
college.
possibly have that show ruined for you? It's one of the most
up.
rewatchable
Yeah,
shows
you
in
can
the
watch it a
world.
million times and know how it ends.
That's not the case because my freshman year roommate in college watched it 4 times back to back to back. Like
I've
he would
done
finish
that.
it and restart it.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay, well, I had to listen to it at all times, and I did not want to.
Oh.
So that was
Maybe you
different.
should have better taste.
That
Who's
show
y'all
is
favorite
just
character
a
on the show, though?
Creed.
Creed's a fucking
Creed.
great
Creed
choice.
was
Creed's
awesome.
a good choice.
I like the white.
Who's
like
the
the white.
redheaded lady with a drinking problem?
Oh.
No, Angela's the
No,
blonde.
Angela the prude.
Yeah, the prude.
Meredith.
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 yeah.
Snap is away. Screen pass to Jalen Warren. He's got some blockers and he's got some space and he's going to get the first down.
Really switch those names up.
I
Yeah,
love
give
a
it
lot.
up.
I love a lot of like the little hidden things that they did that made that show so smart. Like you always have to keep in mind that it's being filmed as a documentary. So,
Yeah.
like, there's that famous scene where Bob Vance first gets introduced, and to every character he's like, Bob Vance for your duration. Bob Vance for-" Because if you had the opportunity to say your company name on, say, like the Joe Rogan Experience,
Yeah.
you would do that shit
In
over and over and
each
over and
and
over
every
again.
take.
Yeah, exactly. I love little things like that.
Oh, that show was awesome.
Pitch. And it's a jet sweep reverse to Calvin Austin. Fastest guy on the field. And let's get a
Why don't we have a speed graphic?
Speed! He's the
Amazon?
best guy on the field!
That's the first time we broke 20.
Ah.
What did he do? Did he fuck your mom, Amazon? What the hell is going on right now?
Oh
Probably.
my goodness. A beautiful play design, by the way. Pitch, reverse. Mitch Trubisky's getting involved.
good cut
blocking.
inside.
Ooh, he took a big
Took
old.
a big old pop in the back.
73 with too much hair to where I can't read his name to head.
Look at those. I love those little casual tosses, dude. That looks so cool.
It does look cool, especially in slow motion.
Yeah.
That's when you really can appreciate it.
Pittsburgh needed something to wake up.
Williams goes in motion. I definitely know who that is. Snap is away. Drops back to pass. He's got a blitz from the corner,
Oh,
and it
word.
gets to him. But Hayward, Michigan State Spartan, catches the pass, and he's going to gain 5 yards on the play, even though it looked like he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, that field is
he's
terrible.
not related.
Yeah, right.
It
So
must have
bad.
a terrible field. That's the second person I've seen slip on that field.
Yeah.
That was at least 8 yards.
I think they had a weather game on this field, and I think Pat McAfee on the show is like, well, have fun playing on that field the rest of the season because that field is fucked. Not coming back no matter what you do, and I think that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah, this field is just jacked up.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is the big argument against, our natural grass, which is what Steelers turf is it can degrade rather significantly throughout the season. Handoff goes up the middle to Najee Harris, but figure it out. All right, NFL.
Hang in there. But it's better than turf, so they tear the ACLs.
Well, I mean, ACL has not been the injury of the year. It's been the Achilles.
Dude.
Achilles.
It's like the I don't know, something hill of the NFL this year.
I mean, speaking
It
of
is
that, who has the
QB sneak up the middle. It'll be I thought I got a first down. Amazon Prime showed us a horrible angle on that one.
right.
Showed us from like behind the safety's shoulder point of view on that one. So we just saw Mitch Trubisky's nervous face as he was about to take this QB sneak. And now they're not
He
showing.
looks angry and confused at the same time.
He looks like an
Zappy.
ROTC kid.
He does look like an ROTC, which would explain
yeah.
the angry and confused thing. I just
Trubisky,
mentioned.
get it together because you're going to have some young wide receivers cussing your ass out at halftime.
They didn't show us the spot, by the way. We're finding out it's first down.
Don't worry, we have a defensive alert.
Jalen Warren receives the handoff, runs up the middle, going to gain another 5 yards on this play. Tough takedown.
Good tough yardage.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. The Pittsburgh Steelers comeback starts right here. 4:10 on the clock. I am ecstatic.
This drive ended in 3 points.
I mean,
at
a
best.
shootout would be a way cooler finish than the under 30 that we all expected. And it would be worse just to see New England blow out the Steelers right here. But if the Steelers did get back into it and we actually had a fun game to watch in the second half, I'd be on board. I wasn't expecting to enjoy more than like 20 minutes of this game tops.
Good effort by Kenny Pickens on that block attempt there. Pass is quickly out of his hands to
Good defense.
Freiermuth, and there's a flag on the play. Feels like it's going to be interference on the defense. Call this one for me because they're going to take way too much time.
Yeah, it looked like it's going to be a pass interference on the defense, but I think they should pick that flag up. That looked like good defense to me.
It depends on where they're calling it. They could have called that earlier in the situation.
Without seeing a replay,
or even just a hand on the hip. A hand on the hip is such an easy call they make now that they could have done that early and it could have just stunted the path.
If anything, it's been a bad week.
There it is. Maybe. Hand on the hip.
That's a good call.
If anything, it's been a bad week where more people should have been called for pass interference than have been so far. If we go back as far as Monday night.
Yeah.
The dude was on his shoulders. He was practically giving him a piggyback ride. It was a huge miss call.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
It was all, and I don't even think it would have necessarily changed the outcome of the game. I mean, obviously it could have, but it was definitely like a what were y'all watching sort of situation.
Good job, Jen. He poured that like one of them beer commercials. You notice that?
He does, dude. There's literally the mathematically perfect amount of head on that beer. You can't see it at home, but it's a 1/4 inch.
You're welcome, America.
Exactly.
Jet sweep Jalen Warren. He's hard to take out, but he does get taken out. He'll get tackled after a gain of 5. Gets up a little bit slowly after he gets mollywopped there on the play.
You all might be really sad to know, but I've done some work as a PA for commercials, including some beer companies, and that's never really head on those beers. It's always this like prop stuff that they make.
Prop foam.
That's honestly the coolest job on any like commercial set that I ever do is the person that's in charge of making the food look like food, because none of it is ever actually food.
I heard vanilla ice cream is mashed potatoes.
Almost everything is mashed potatoes with something on top. Literally everything.
Drops back to pass. Throws it deep to the left. He's got a man open. Johnson touchdown.
We're going to get us a ball game here.
Deontay Johnson covers the over in the first half.
Yep. Not even the 2-minute warning, guys.
We've already seen.
Before they're still half point shy for another minute or so.
Well,
shout out to Roger Goodell for putting that call in. Hey, this is getting out of hand, guys.
Yeah, this shootout. The script writers are involved for sure.
This is getting out of hand, guys.
Great pass, actually not great pass. Great adjustment by Deontay Johnson. He was wide open, kind of angling towards the goalpost, and Mr. Trubisky had to roll out to the left. The kick is up and good by Chris Boswell, who's automatic. Blocked. And guess what? Over hits.
Is your under tied in with your Chris Boswell 2 field goals?
Oh, yeah. Everything's dead.
Yeah. It's a bittersweet moment.
And that's gambling, baby.
So if you're in New England right now, we just going to play to go to halftime?
No, they're going to go shuck some clams and drink some beer.
We are going to take a break at halftime, though. So stay with us. Don't close your browser, all right, pal? Don't do it.
Hey, I'm not your pal guy.
Come back.
I'm not your guy.
That looks extremely delicious right now.
Yeah, and
I don't think there's ever a time ever in my entire life that I'd say no to Wingstop.
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
I don't think that I have that in me.
Oh no!
Like I just got done eating at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and I literally just said the words, "I can't have a single other bite," and then somebody's like, "Wingstop." I'd be like, "All right."
Who does have the best wings though? The DFW.
It's never mine was Wings 21, but they're not a chain.
I'm going to shout out Matt McElhone. I just went over to watch the Chiefs and Packers game last week, and that dude knows how to grill. He just became a dad like approximately 9 months ago or so.
Shout out.
And
shout
like
out
that shit is like,
baby.
He entered dad mode hard, dude. He's out there in Crocs and cargo shorts and a t-shirt and a hoodie. And he's got like the timer and the thermometer and the special vortex thing that smokes his wings. And I shit you not, dude. I'm a sauce person usually, where I don't care really as much. I want the sauce. These are the wings you eat with no sauce, and it just
come on with it.
Oh, dude. Matt McElhone knows how to fuck up and make some wings, dude.
Means they're well seasoned.
He also entered dad mode because I watched him yell at 13-year-olds because they threw a baseball near his child. Which I completely
it's Sneaky Pete's. That definitely happened.
I thought he was going to go way harder.
For sure.
Like, I almost yelled at those kids for him. That was wild.
I saw him get aggressive with somebody who made a post about how obnoxious it is of people posting their kids in Halloween costumes because people are like young and edgy, and it's like, aha, you guys all suck. And he's like, no, those guys are making formative memories with their children. And you know what? I'm with him on
Took
that.
it really
Fuck
serious.
you people that
Wow.
make people sad because they're trying to have a good time doing whatever the hell they're doing. Maybe you're 4 nerds that love My Little Pony. Maybe you are currently at a WrestleCon. Or maybe you're on somebody's couch talking about what was supposed to be the worst NFL Thursday night game of the season. Either way, I hope you're enjoying life.
I am enjoying life. I think my cat is enjoying life in the backyard currently for the whole football game. So we're going to try and let her back in.
She's found a new family by now.
She actually loves the backyard. The kick is up in the air and received in the end zone, taken out of the end zone because New England doesn't care.
This game ain't soft, dude.
And he gets munched
So
up.
they would have done better just to take the
He
fair
should have
catch.
taken it.
He should have taken the fair catch.
That kid.
I think the
trying to make
25
it
is too
somewhere else.
much. I think on the kickoff, the fair catch should be 15.
Nick Herbig on the
I
tackle.
like that. It'll encourage guys
Yeah.
to take the risk more.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like I understand why there's times it would make sense. Like you catch it on the 1 and you're about to get smashed up. Like you take the fair catch. I get
It
it.
makes sense, but I think that's why they pushed it to the 25 because they want to
too
discourage.
generous.
Well, they're trying to discourage them from taking it back because most of the injuries
Why
happen
though?
on.
It's we need to have the middle ground where there's times where, especially if the game's on the line or something, it gives them the opportunity to be aggressive, be aggressive.
I think they was worried because a lot of injuries was happening on the kickoff.
Personal foul. They're trying to get it. Well, they're allowing people to call for fair catches in play and get the ball on the 25-yard line, which is rather obnoxious.
Now that's a little bit too obnoxious.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's a little. Too
This dude just took a flop, bro. Which I'm all for. Get your points. No, I've said it before. I'll say it again on this podcast. I think that the NFL just needs to accept its own identity. Quit trying to make these like half-assed protection rules. Understand this is a barbaric sport. People that play it end up with CTE and all sorts of problems.
let 'em
And
use
be
steroids.
like, hey, we know that, but we still pay people a lot of money if they want to play. So
Handoff
It's
goes to
literally
Ezekiel
saying
Elliott, and
sacrificing
he's
your
going to
body.
get 5 yards after. Well, I will say the NFL has done a lot to mitigate CTE, and that's not as nearly a big of an issue now as it was. Now that we're seeing the results of it. So that is something that the NFL is. So there is some certain measures that you can make to keep the players safe. But at the same time, you got to keep the core of the game still alive. Like the old school plays where you saw 300-pound defensive tackles tackle a quarterback and jump on him and drive him into the ground. Like that's a little bit aggressive.
that's excellent.
We can get that out of the
I
game.
agree. It doesn't. That doesn't make for a better highlight either.
Yeah, horse collar tackles used to be legal. So there's a lot of examples like that. But
And I get it within reason.
snap is away. Bailey Zappy is on target again to Montgomery. 17.7 miles an hour there.
Again, kind of
That
a
was pretty
weird
nice.
time that they only choose to show it when it's not impressive. The few times we've seen where it'd been like, hey, that guy looked like he was flying down the field. The Amazon, I guess, maybe they weren't
Deontay
able to
Johnson
keep
on the
up.
touchdown.
They were too busy trying to catch up to that last punt that they missed.
Yeah.
Steelers are second odds-on favorite to win the damn division here.
Bengals are plus 1,500 odds.
Ooh.
Or
Yeah.
15,000.
Bottom two teams don't have their starting quarterback.
Yep.
Bottom
Probably
three.
three teams
Bottom
that
three.
have starting quarterback.
That's the AFC for you. Snap is away. Throw is to the right to Thornton, and he makes a spectacular catch.
He made a
For 2
tough
yards.
decision.
He did make a spectacular
2-minute
catch
warning.
for 2.5 yards, but he caught it.
Man, something in the air smells so magically delicious.
Oh yeah, we did make some venison and some venison sausage
Oh,
before the game on the grill. I burnt the steaks a little bit.
To be honest,
I
you said
am
you
not
burned it, but
tripping.
I end up liking the burn.
but I
like the
smell
grill.
some of that Lord's lettuce. That's what I smell.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that we don't know what you're talking about, sir.
yeah, not at all.
My neighbors.
They're so ignorant. Just can't it just be good.
Yeah.
Must be the man. There goes it.
I would never do drugs. I
No.
signed a pledge when I was in middle school or sometime. I don't know.
I'd never buy a Nissan.
But if y'all
Man,
Gee, Boston just licked me on the inside of my mouth. That just happened.
that's hot.
Yeah. Thanks, Boston.
that shows love. That means the dog love you. That's what they say.
That's what that means.
No, that means he has a good sense of humor at best.
His timing was
Impeccable.
Natalie, have you seen your cat?
Nice. Jinx.
Yeah, at one point over here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't think she was outside, Jamie.
I think she is. I think she is outside.
I thought you closed the door before the game.
Yeah, I think she was outside. Oh,
Yeah.
we found her. There she is.
Yeah, because the cat feeder went off during game.
Mystery solved.
Oh, she ate that immediately. She was there.
Dude, we're like Junie B. Jones.
I don't get that reference.
I love those books.
So if you're the Patriots right now, do you play this in the halftime or do you try to put up points?
I don't understand why any team ever that has time on the clock doesn't try to put up points. If I have 3 seconds left and I think there's a better chance that I could throw a Hail Mary that even if it gets intercepted, I feel confident I could stop them from running 99 yards.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. I mean, what's it going to hurt?
Right?
Don't turn the ball over, but go for at least a field goal.
At the very minimum, try to get a couple extra points on the board.
Yeah. 2 minutes left, yeah. We'll at least try to push it downfield.
It's a TV I bought.
Allegedly.
Look at that
It's
great
coming.
team.
It's
Such
coming.
a great
It's
Super
scheduled.
Bowl winning team.
I'll
right there.
announce it in advance, so if people follow along, it'll be fun for them from the
Jeez.
beginning. I'm going to troll you for the rest of the season and imply that we got a somehow smaller TV moving forward. I'm going to constantly act like I can't quite see what's happening. At times, I'll stand up and do like the boomer vision where I'll have my face like right up in the screen.
It's so big, if you stand too close, the screen will be out of your peripheral vision. You'll have to back up.
Jamie, did we get
Get-
another comment?
Motion sick.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
an
my dad
IMAX theater.
was giving us a comment gave us a comment a while ago.
Who was that?
My dad, I mentioned it when it happened. Zap, zap, zap. Drops back to pass, throws it to the right. Montgomery sloppily kind of tosses it out of bounds.
Yeah, you
Hot
can't throw
potato.
that at his knees and behind him. It's an out route. You got to put it away.
So honestly, even if I'm if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, I'm thinking about putting more points on the board with 2
Oh, you
minutes
definitely
left.
better be thinking
With
about it.
5 timeouts between 2 teams, how do I get this ball back and potentially shorten this lead to 1 possession?
Yeah.
It starts with
from
those
the,
terrible towels.
So if they-
That's how you started off.
That girl's hair was great. You see that girl's black hair? It was really dark and
I
good.
saw the guy's hair that I was envious of.
No.
I'm sitting right next to you, Paxton.
I know. Douchebag.
He was talking about mine.
Zeke goes into motion, drops back to pass, looks over to the right, and he
Good
finds
God.
Hunter Henry again for the first
Hunter
down.
Henry's having a game, dude.
So now the clock's moving, so they might have to get up and get going.
See,
and
I
it looks like they are.
I think Belichick a little bit more mythology.
What's that?
He know his team isn't good, so he's probably like, I just want to run the clock out. We're
See, I
winning.
was making sure I wasn't playing him.
Like, I don't want to give this team hope. Football's a game of motion. I don't want to give them hope.
I think the Patriots are kind of slowly moving the ball down the field. Look like they're playing for a field goal right now. Snap is away. Bailey Zappi drops back to pass. Pressure up the middle, sacked and taken down.
Big sack.
Ooh, and they thought about calling that a rough in the passer as he was tackled down on top. But hey, that's just Bailey Zappi. Who gives?
Yeah, dude.
Timeout by Pittsburgh.
It's not Brady. They got confused and forgot that Brady doesn't play for the Patriots for again. They're like, oh yeah, wait.
Yeah,
We can hit this guy. Oh, wow. Just freely. All you can do is
You
take
could
it.
not possibly call that a roughing.
Landon Roberts on the
He
tackle.
went freely because he stunted and delayed.
Oh,
off the
Zap,
ball.
zap,
touching
zap,
the
reaching for
elbow.
his elbow. His elbow's
Reaching for
hurt.
his elbow. This is
He's-
that comeback y'all
And
was
he's the
talking about.
chiropractor.
He needs to stop being a weenie.
I don't know, man. That elbow's something
Weenie
serious.
Hut Jr. Oh, y'all are probably old and didn't watch SpongeBob.
No, we just saw a cool idea for a present. The snap is away, handoff is up the middle, and he's going to get munched up again. Ezekiel Elliott taking
Quick
down the
timeout.
backfield.
Another quick timeout by Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh's going to burn their last timeout here after they get the big stop, and they're going to have to punt the ball back. Fitzpatrick was on the tackle there, 4th down, after that big old tackle for a loss. And now we're not going to a commercial break.
Oh,
Showing
Mac
Mac
Jones,
Jones.
baby.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, you got an opportunity, baby.
Who?
Matt Jones.
Who?
I'll be
Matt
honest,
Jones.
I
Matt
hate Matt
Jones.
Jones. I think he's a piece of shit.
I don't know why you.
Is he?
Dude,
Remind me why?
he's got multiple instances of like
Oh,
intentionally
yeah,
trying to
grabbing
like
people's
stomp
crotches
on
and stuff.
people, grabbing crotches.
Yep, I do remember
He's
that.
a dirty motherfucker.
You're right.
And frankly, I don't think people like that should be
Amazon.
given
What are you doing?
any sort of contract.
This-
Amazon. What are you doing?
This Boost Infinite commercial is way more important than the football game.
I think there are ways that you can play this game with intensity and toughness and even aggression that is still honorable. And Mac Jones is just an absolute trash human.
he's
so
playing
that I don't mean to dissuade the conversation, but that was really bad production there. Because remember they were like, why aren't they going to commercial after
Also,
the
trash
timeout?
humans behind the production.
Yeah.
of Amazon.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, I'm sure they're nice people.
Belichick, run the ball.
Horrible at
please.
your jobs. Snap is away. Handoff goes to Elliott, and he's going to gain 5 yards back on the play. They're going to run the clock down to like 30 seconds. But yeah, so they called the timeout there. They were supposed to run the commercial. They forgot.
Mhm.
So they're just doing B-roll.
Mhm.
And even the announcers weren't saying anything because they're like, y'all are supposed to be going to commercial right now. They didn't go to commercial. They started lining up the play, and then they ran the commercial, and the referees had to be like, hey, sorry, we're stopping
really
you now.
not sure what's
So
happening.
the Amazon production, like literally like making the game worse somehow.
Mhm.
And that's, you don't see that every
And that's something you really shouldn't do.
Hey,
Much like this,
they
much like
finally
this
got the
view.
punt returner. Let's see what
Here
it's
he
doing.
is. Let's see if they can follow the ball this time.
Literally, you could
They're
have
gonna
this
call
cut
a
off
timeout.
though, right up at the right side of the screen, and like you said, like
Ooh.
a picture-in-picture.
The live game. Smart move.
No, that was a false start.
I really like Jamie's idea of a picture-in-picture of the punt returner, and then as the ball travels and we kind of lose interest in what's happening here, you could literally just transition the smaller picture into the bigger picture.
Bingo.
Is that an older
Right.
Tom Brady?
The way they do it on every other cast is perfectly fine.
Patriots take a timeout there.
Let somebody who has a successful YouTube channel take over production at Amazon because they have better edits in this.
Literally, like, yeah, the guys who run the Pat McAfee show, for that
Mhm.
matter, like, holy shit, those guys have an incredible production crew.
Yeah. Every once in a while, we'll get cool little like flair moments where they add stuff on screen just to emphasize.
Kick
certain
is up.
things.
In the air, and it bounces short of the returner. He scoops it,
no.
fumbles it, and then he gets mollywopped for it. That was Austin, Calvin Austin again.
I'd love to
Fastest man
see
on the
like
field.
every time we get a hit like that, you get a like whoopee coming in from the side of the screen.
That's basically what the Nickelodeon cast was.
Yeah.
Talk about a good production. Like, they were prepared.
Mhm.
They were prepared as fuck.
I've always heard
Toy Story
really,
one
really
was
good
not.
things about the Nickelodeon production, especially compared to the Toy Story one, which was a great idea, terrible execution.
I thought it was a bad idea because it was going to be impossible to execute.
Fair, 100% fair. With technology the way it currently is, impossible
It's
to
not there
pull
yet.
off in a way that would have been really good.
And the Steelers clock it. Subscribe to the channel. Stay with us.
We got a potential fight happening. Hold
A
on.
little bit of a jostling going on. Stay with us, and we will see you guys after the half. Check, check. Hello and welcome back to What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes. I am and we are here live stream watching this game here with y'all on Thursday night, and they can hear us at home, which is always good news. I am producing, hosting the show, so I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and dealing with our tech issues along the way. Feels like we're doing a pretty good job tech-wise tonight.
You're doing a better job than the Pittsburgh offense has so far.
Mr. Trubisky, speaking of which, drops back to pass, dunks it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Real football right there. Y'all see that play?
We love physical football, and that's why we're really loving this game.
Yeah, he cleaned him up.
Honestly, could use with a little bit less scoring. I'm a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, like maybe like half or so of what they've done so far.
At this point, they can't take points off the board, Jamie, so you're just SOL.
I would really love to see a score of 10.5 to 5 right now. I think that would have been hilarious. That'd be fantastic.
I just want to see some hard hits in action
Me too.
at this point.
Tony
At this point, that's what Jamie wants to see.
Mm-hmm. Johnson in the bottom of the screen. He's got a touchdown today already. The only touchdown for the Steelers. Drops. Nope. He's going to hand it up
play.
in the middle to Naj, and he's going to make some room, gain a 6 or so on the play after he's taken down. He'll be third and manageable. Uh-oh.
It's a nice delayed handoff.
Looks like Bailey Zappi would be getting warm, getting ready. He'll get the start.
Uh-oh.
We're getting pictures of Mason Rudolph in the sideline. That's always a good sign.
He's reviewing the play cards, guys. Got his wristband on.
He sure is. I would not trust that guy to quarterback my team, however.
I mean, he's never won a Nickelodeon MVP award, but I'd like to see what he has.
He has won a helmet to the head.
He sure has. And he earned that helmet to the head, from what I understand.
Yeah.
3rd and 4, drops back to pass, throws it over the middle. And Freiermuth will get a first down.
I would love to hear the helmet to the head story and what context.
Myles Garrett got mad at something that he allegedly said to him and ripped his helmet off and hit him over his own head with his own helmet.
And it was allegedly what he had said was very warranted.
Yeah, something you shouldn't say about people from Cleveland or people who are brown.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, Myles Garrett had.
All right, I see what you're saying.
Allegedly.
How much worse is it to get hit with your own helmet, by the way? That's embarrassing.
Hilarious in hindsight when you know the whole situation. Yeah. And by the way, they had multiple people mic'd up. The NFL has that sound.
Good way to read that big boy.
Delayed.
Way to pick that up, big boy.
Delayed
handoff. Nose tackle.
Reverse. Jalen Warren on the reverse. Does not go well. 12:36 on the clock. We recommend you sync up with us at home. Some people watch us live with their live stream on delay. That is an option as well. However, we recommend that you sync up with us at home so you can relive the game with us, kind of how it's supposed to be lived. It's supposed to feel like you're at a party.
If you are one of those people, though, we just want to give you a shout-out from the past right now.
How tall is that defensive end got to be, man? That dude look like he's about 6'8".
He's certainly moving. Snap is away. Handoff is up the middle to Jalen Warren, who just lost 8 yards on that run. They're like, sorry about that play call, pal. I guess we'll give you a few of those yards back to you and your fantasy managers.
Sometimes they trace too many of the defensive players with the little dotted blue lines, and it looks like Wile E. Coyote trying to come up with a plan to catch the Roadrunner or something. It's just a lot of animation happening.
See, I've learned my brain auto corrects a lot of the graphics that you guys see.
You just blank it out.
I blank it out. I don't see it. Yeah. Isn't that cool?
So you've got your own feature select on and off and stuff. Wow, your autism works.
Yeah, it's pretty handy sometimes.
What was it show? Beautiful
I
Minds?
have not had an opportunity to watch the New England Patriots.
Well, for good.
Their record is bad, but they have a really good defense.
Throw to Cam Hayward. And the Michigan State Spartan hits triangle, hurdles him, and he's going to get the first down.
I get you.
What
Tony, I think before you arrived, Paxton was talking about that. Their secondary is honestly scary. If it weren't for their terrible offense, they might actually be contending this year.
Yeah.
Because I hear
The guy
their
got
coach is
up
okay.
and over to get past the sticks.
Right. He's only won 30 Super Bowls.
He's decent.
Their coach,
he's not going to make it worse.
Right.
Their coach is really good. Their GM is horrible. He's done a really really bad job.
He's in that Jerry Jones camp where even if you're no one's ever going to take him out, they're not long for this world.
Washington, the rookie, goes in motion. Handoff is to Harris. He breaks one tackle in the backfield, makes another man miss, and a nifty little run for a gain of 7 on first down.
New England Patriots defense looking like they're getting a little tired.
He turned into someone from Whoville.
That I was gonna say that run was so good it turned me Irish.
I boil.
Yeah.
Along with the money.
Excuse me.
10-16 on the clock. Jalen Warren, Austin also in the huddle. 33% success rate. I don't know what that means.
D-line is tired. Run it at him again, coach.
Negative EPA per carry. That doesn't sound like it's good. Jalen Warren blocks on this play, and it's going to be a screen to him.
You only need
Definitely
3
have a
and
legal
they get
man
it.
downfield, but they are going to keep that flag in their pocket. And Jalen Warren is going to spin around town for a first down.
Hands is on hips. Run the ball.
Yeah, we were
Keep
talking
going,
about
smash
it.
mouth.
We were talking about it in the first half. The Steelers just laying down the groundwork, putting some body blows in. Looks like some of the Steelers fans going for a late bathroom break or maybe going to get some more beer or like some food or something. Interesting time to leave the game when your Steelers are marching, though. I guess you got to be there for defense, so I guess that makes sense. But I don't know,
Pittsburg
whatever.
Steelers always seem like a
Handoff.
heavyweight champion that just keep punching.
Goes to Jalen Warren, keeps punching, and they're going to give him a pretty decent spot on that 1-yard carry.
That jab did not connect.
Not from that heavyweight boxer.
No.
Did you ever get into the
pounding.
Did you ever get into the Fight Night video game series?
Oh yeah. Did you notice
One of the
like
greatest franchises ever.
like the EA Sports curse even worked in boxing? Like every time they put a guy on Fight Night, they got knocked out like in the next fight.
I didn't know that. I knew that about Madden, but I didn't know that about Fight Night. Fascinating.
Roy Jones, first cover. Bernard Hopkins lost his belt on the second cover.
B-Hop, you know, he
Third cover.
was my guy in 3.
Snap is
Yeah.
away, drops back to pass, throws up to the right. He's almost intercepted. Pass is knocked down harmlessly to the turf, but a dangerous throw from MVP Mitch. He's like, I kind of want to see what Mason Rudolph has today.
Yeah, he actually has Mason Rudolph on his fantasy waiver. It's a bye week for him, so he's having to dig deep in his lineup.
Another graphic they just showed was the Patriots have
defense.
allowed 3.2 rushing yards on average, and that's the best in the NFL. So that's another thing with the Patriots defense. They just need some sort of offense.
Yeah,
They really do.
some sort of offense
If
would come
only
in
some
handy.
guy can come out of the 7th round.
The snap is away, alone in the backfield. He's
Ooh.
going to get some time. He's going to step up into the pocket, but he's
Good
going to get
sack.
munched up.
Good sack.
Again, right on the center of that Steelers logo tonight. They've had some prime coverage.
Did you see that? Did you see that
Smack
grown
him.
man picking up that baby?
I just love that he got slapped on the logo. It's almost like bugs on the windshield. What happened just now?
That's why they're wearing all blacks.
Oh man.
Going back to our office talk, this is the equivalent of when the DVD logo does, in fact, hit the corner.
That is magical when that happens. Kick is up in the air, and a fair catch is called for. No, it's into the end zone. It rolls into the end zone for a
That
touchback.
seems like a lot of pressure to put on the Steelers.
What?
It said end racism, Steelers.
Was the moniker in the back of the
Yeah.
end zone?
Like,
That
don't
is-
get me wrong, I'm all for the cause, but it just seems like a lot of weight to put on one team's shoulders.
It's not all of them.
Yes,
No, it's not.
This is
It's not on. It's not on. I think that is astute observation. I think the Steelers are the only team in the NFL donning the end racism end zone backdrop.
And it shows, frankly.
Yeah, they're not racist at all.
Yeah. I've never actually been to Pittsburgh. I
they
have
would
literally
never have
no
a
idea
black
what it's like there.
Whitest town.
Is it?
A lot of Irish, or not Irish.
A lot of Shane Gillis.
Italian.
It's a lot of Shane Gillises and a lot of Tommy Popes.
Okay.
In other
Yeah.
words, we could never have a Moulian on at quarterback. Not gonna happen.
That's the guy right there, dude.
He's not gonna happen. Maybe that guy. He can,
Need
if
to
he
catch up
passes.
on this, and we need to do reaction episodes when they come out.
I would
Hey,
love
they let
to.
it go
I
in
actually
New
don't
Jack
currently have
City.
HBO. I need to do a demo.
It's a great movie, by the
subscription.
way.
I only know it because of Sopranos.
The Sopranos was a great TV series.
Yeah.
One of the greatest.
Jamie, I would be 100% down to do a if we like wait till they're all
Like-
out. Let's watch them as a marathon.
I think
Do a
all
live stream.
gangster production, like gangster films or TV shows, are great. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think any of them suck. Is
It's
that bad?
it's just the idea of the outlaw, because outlaw westerns
Right.
always did well too.
That's why I always look like America over like They went overboard when Will Smith like slapped Chris Rock. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I'm like, do we like know who we are? Aren't we the country that like we believe in like action movies where we bomb and blowing up shit? Like
That's
that's
a good
what
point.
makes our movies great.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Why is it a problem when it
Right.
happens
Is
in real
that a
life?
good enough excuse for what we should be able to see Bad Boys for?
We're not getting Bad Boys 4?
No, we definitely
I
get
hope
it. But
we
like,
are.
right, I don't
Okay,
want to
dude.
just, that's a good enough excuse to go, right?
I mean, Bad
I'm
Boys.
bored a lot. I'll watch any movie. I watched The Guardians, a Russian knockoff of the Avengers.
I heard about that.
It's so bad.
I've
They
heard
say
about that.
annihilate 143 times.
Avengers, Annihilate.
They drinking vodka?
There was just a
The
bunch
crew
of
sure
ripoffs.
was.
Like the Hulk was a guy that turned into a bear.
Oh wow, that's
They ripped off Nightcrawler from
The X-Men.
X-Men.
from the X-Men,
Oh.
But it was a guy with two swords, and he dashed everywhere.
It was just a
That's
one.
pretty
That's different. That's
There was a
different.
guy that controls. There was a guy that controls rocks.
Football's back on. Play action. Zappy drops back, passes the screen. It gets to Elliott. He's got some space. He's got some blockers. And he's going to get the first down. Gain of 15 on the play.
Not even
Elliott.
16 yards.
Game, baby.
Yeah, that's his first down in like 4 years, right?
Well, he did have a touchdown earlier.
Oh snap!
Yeah, he's the
This
reason
is
they got
night tonight.
He's 6 of the 10 that they've got
Uh-oh.
on the field right now.
Another interior
6 of the 20.
man down for
You're
the
correct,
Steelers.
Shout out to Zeke, baby.
And then Henry's got 12. Their
I-
kicker's got 3.
Think that's
6.
Keanu Benton
No, 3, because they got 3 touchdowns.
down on the play.
The
They're
other guy got the field goal.
already down Highsmith. I don't know what his status is at the moment,
Bad.
but that's another interior.
That's another defensive starter that is no longer on the field,
Yeah,
at least for the time being.
Yeah.
So you guys
Benton.
ready to accept that Pittsburgh is about to be upset tonight?
Well,
mean,
it's
I'm
certainly not looking good, is it?
It doesn't seem like at this point. The funny thing is, with the score being what it is definitely still feels like anybody's ball game.
But the yellow end zones.
New England is that terrible.
They are. I mean,
Yeah.
this
The score is
season they
40 to
have
3.
been. Though is the thing. Like
Right.
they miraculously pulled off 2 victories. I can't remember.
Cleveland was one of them, right?
Cleveland was probably one of them. Who was the other, Jamie?
The Patriots?
Yeah, who did they beat? They've got 2 wins in their
Oh,
college.
the
Giants?
Patriots were
The Giants, which
Did they
is
beat the
not
Giants?
impressive.
Yeah.
No. No.
So really, they've got 1 win if you think about it.
Who did they? They won their first game, right? The Jets. Wasn't they beat the Jets?
The Jets are the first team to beat the Eagles, which is weird because the Jets have been terrible.
Yeah.
The Jets have arguably the best defense in the league right now, and it'd almost be borderline interesting to see a team like the Jets have just their defense play against just New England's defense because
Yeah.
neither team have an offense. So let's just leave them off the board and make one of their linebackers play quarterback and see what happens.
They might
It's 11
find out
on
that
11
they
football, both sides of
It's
the
a
ball.
scrimmage.
Yeah.
Oh, next week, breaking news. The new middle linebacker is now the starting quarterback.
His name, Cam Newton.
Yeah,
Dude.
Patriots beat the Jets and the Bills.
that would be interesting. Cam Newton signed as a
2
middle
of the New York
linebacker.
teams. It'd be wild if they get a chance to take down New York Giants as well.
I will say this though: if Aaron Rodgers do come back and they somehow make the playoffs, he would be my comeback player of the year.
Oh, yeah.
How
Same
could
year.
he not
The
be?
same year, yeah, he would be my comeback player of the year.
That is a dark horse candidate, but
With his moon fucking treadmill that he has, where he
Hey.
can run at any gravity
I don't even
setting.
care if he juice. Let him back.
he's not going to be
Fuck
ready
it. It's tough
until next week, probably not until week 16. So the Jets are going to have to win out in that time frame. So we're talking 2 or 3 more wins for the Jets.
With now Zach Wilson.
I
Is
don't-
Zach Wilson back?
Yeah.
They let him back, baby.
After Boyle's fired.
After his head coach told a retired New York reporter that then called a local radio station and talked about it, like he can't stand this guy, Zach Wilson. Said it to a guy and he leaked it. Had to retract it. Had to have a whole thing. Not a good look at there in New York.
Robert Salas, we'd love you back as a defensive
Drops
coordinator.
back to throw, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Hunter Henry was the intended target.
Did he come from San Francisco?
Yeah,
Defensive
yeah.
coordinator.
D coordinator, San Fran.
So you liked him as D coordinator, huh?
Oh yeah, he was great. Him
I
and
think he
D'Amico.
sucks as a head coach. I think he's just just not great.
I don't think defensive coordinators are going to be good unless you're just getting like a Caleb Williams, Pat Mahomes, a new Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers out of the draft. It's going to be hard for D coordinator to really coach
saying
this
that,
game.
and speaking of the game we're watching, Bill Belichick.
Holding on.
Bill Belichick's defensive-minded.
Defensive-minded.
The
Top
Patriots.
defense. 2-10.
The problem with being
Okay,
a defensive-minded head coach is your offensive coordinator, if he is successful, instantly will get snapped away and be a head coach somewhere else.
It's
That's the
turning
issue.
into an offensive coordinated league now.
Yeah.
Is that like that guy that can just
Drop
yell
back to pass, screen pass to Elliott, and he's going to make another man miss. He looks
Another
kind
Good
of
night.
quick.
Yeah, he's looking solid, dude.
He's not fast. He's quick.
Good 9 yards, though. I like it. It keeps the clock running. Keep Pittsburgh off the field.
There's a lot of
Options
interesting
up the
chatter
field.
during the offseason where when Ezekiel Elliott even got cut, there was talk that he might get re-signed with the Cowboys.
That was obnoxious.
That
I
was
thought they
super
should have,
obnoxious,
though.
wasn't it?
Shut up.
Why would that happen?
He would have took minimum.
Because Cowboys
That should have
reporters
happened.
are terrible.
That was just hopeful fans. No one actually reported that, by the way. Like, that was just like a rumor that went around Dallas.
I am with Paxton.
Handoff up the middle to Ezekiel Elliott. Speak of the devil. Gain of 4 on the play. Miles Francis.
I am with Paxton, though, that Tony Pollard was really able to shine because of the work that Elliott put in, and they did not respect that at all. Like, and it showed. We even have talked on this podcast, or possibly our gambling podcast, or some iteration of this podcast, where Tony Pollard, or the Dallas Cowboys in general, I think, if they could use anything right now, it would be a second running back to take a little bit of the pressure off of.
I think they
off
were in the hunt
Pollard.
for a couple. I think they put in a bid for Michael Carter. Actually, they didn't get him.
I
Drops
thought they
back
were
to pass. Zappy looks to the right, and he's going to get
Yeah.
sacked.
Smacked.
Okay.
By the
Smacked.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
up until the Bills did it. I really thought they were going to go after Leonard Fournette.
He's horrible. Cameron Hayward.
He's exactly what we need. We need-
No, you don't need Lenny. He was so. You didn't watch him last year. He was so bad last year.
But what about actually Zeke? Like, what if they had just kept Zeke? Why? Like, in my mind, I kind
money.
of still question. I know it's the answer is the money, but Jerry Jones has that.
I just think
Did they do
Kick is
anything?
up in the air, and it's a low punt, and it'll hit the
I
turf.
really just didn't think Mike McCarthy understood the value in having a
I
running
think that's
back that will
100%
wear
it.
down the defense.
And that my
A
question
1-2
is,
punch.
the money that they saved by cutting Zach, did they do anything with it that has actually improved the team that they couldn't have done had they kept him?
Stephon Gilmore was a nice pickup. I really like that.
That was a good pick.
I was gonna say. I mean,
but you still could have made
we're
that
talking
with
about one of the best
Zeke.
offenses in the league, and we're nitpicking about a personnel decision they made. They're fucking moving the football,
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's
right?
fair.
I mean, maybe they're not running the ball like you'd like to see, but you got an
But
MVP quarterback, so who gives
You
a fuck?
do
I also
still
forgot.
need to run the ball in the postseason,
Huge
though.
pickup we
That's
made
fair.
that has been super essential to the offense of late, especially Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks is now starting to wake up. He's been there.
Sure
He's starting
is.
to wake up. However, when you go into that postseason, you got to play against the elements. And the two places you're more likely going to have to go to in the postseason is San Francisco in the nasty rain, terrible field. You can't air the ball out 50, 60 yards because the wind is blowing. Or you're going into a frozen tundra in Philadelphia where the fans are cussing out you. They don't care
Or-
if you're a preacher.
They could beat Philly this week, end up winning the division, and play home games
In their home
That's
stadium where
until
they've
they
been
go
dominant.
into
Where they choked last
until they
season.
go to California to play a game for the NFC Championship game.
They also choked
Possibility,
good playoffs
but
last
you're
year.
still going to have
Good
to.
grass.
I don't know. California, San Francisco is pretty terrible. In the
I
wintertime.
agree. The city itself is, but the weather's really mild.
Well, the
It
biggest
gets
thing
shitty in the
in,
wintertime. Windy, very windy. Can't air
Really?
it out. Yeah, can't air
you
it out
call
out
the
there.
Windy City over there in San Francisco.
Yeah, yeah.
the big thing I think
That's why they
because of all the
always
mob
make sure they
connections,
have-
though, dude.
they
They're full
like
of hot
to-
air.
Well, I mean, that's why they build a team to make sure they're always going to be able to run the ball.
We all
If you
remember
notice.
that classic Super Bowl that happened on St. Valentine's Day. They called it the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Right.
the
Yeah,
thing
that's
is
too
with-
deep of a cut.
when
My
it-
bad.
Right. But I do think the Cowboys are one of the top teams in the NFL, especially at least the NFC. But I think until you have a consistent running game, it's going to bite you in the ass in the playoffs.
That's fair. And I guess we're going to find out
But I hope y'all beat the Eagles.
All I mean is going back to our conversation of what the one thing that I think it would improve the Cowboys most, if we're talking what would improve the Cowboys most, would be help in their running game, because they've got decent backup to Pollard, but they don't have that dynamic duo that they had the last couple seasons.
Exactly.
They need Batman and Robin, bro.
Yeah, sometimes you need a bruiser and a scat back.
They're averaging 4.1 yards per carry, 20th in the league. So not great.
And they give up on the run. Both not great against.
But
the
they're so
postseason.
effective throwing the ball. I would give up on the run too. If Dak is dealing like he is, drops back to pass, and it's going to be thrown over to Pickens, and he's going to catch the ball, keep shoved out of bounds, and they're going to run the clock for no reason here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll do what I do until you stop it. But the only question is, you're not going to see. Well, the only problem is you're not going to see the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins in the playoffs.
You won't see the Washington Redskins in 2023.
They don't exist, bro.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, those light-skinned women. That's what I'm talking about, light-skinned women. But the Commanders, the Washington whatevers,
I'm sure they're a football team, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah, Commanders.
Pitch is to Harris, and he's going to get munched up in the backfield. Loss on the play. Looks like Harris did not read that blocking scheme very well, did it?
He ran right into the block.
He ran it directly into the man who's being double-teamed. That was bad.
Yeah, that was.
Have you ever played disc golf and you've had like a shot where you have a tree in front of you, just one tree, and the whole time you're like, just don't hit the tree, just don't hit the tree, just don't hit the tree, and then you hit the tree? You just saw that in the form of a football play.
Why haven't Pickens got the ball yet?
Don't hit the gutter, don't hit the gutter, don't
Especially
hit
in a situation like this one.
Snap
Why isn't
is
he
away.
getting the ball?
Drops
Wide
back
open.
to pass.
There we go.
Great one-handed catch. Another super impressive 1-yard reception.
Yeah.
We've seen so many of them this game.
Well, and again, that's credit to New England's defense. They've been eating that shit up.
Yeah, but I just felt like the quarterback put that behind the receiver. He had like a 5-yard cushion if he'd have kept him in stride.
I mean,
And you needed
well,
that.
it wasn't
on that
stride.
one.
He caught it here. It was just George Pickens isn't fast enough, and he kept running lateral.
That's not fair.
How
Didn't
dare
turn
you
up.
disparage an MVP quarterback?
You're right. I'm sorry.
Pickens, if anything, Pickens is fast.
Trubisky.
Oh, Trubisky isn't fast enough. So you blame the quarterback?
I
No,
just don't
but
think he.
Kick is up in the air,
Oh.
called for a fair catch, and received.
Oh.
What were we saying, Paxton?
I thought you said Pickett. That's my bad. I was thinking you were
Kenny?
talking about the quarterback.
That's okay. I got you.
Cowboys.
Cowboys-
Pickens just didn't turn up field. He just kept running towards the sideline.
Because he had to slow down to find the ball. I just don't think that ball was put in the right spot. He
No, it
beat him off
definitely
the.
wasn't. It definitely
Yeah,
wasn't.
Did he have to slow
beat
down?
him off the break.
No, it was too far in front of him.
Okay.
Ball was way out here,
Yeah,
and he was running.
stretched and got it.
He wasn't stopping his route either. He was running full speed. So here we go.
Too bad we didn't get a graphic of how fast he was going. That would
Right,
have
that
Oh,
was
yeah. So we're not going there. The production's really trying to run this
Right.
game out.
It
We didn't go
would've
to commercial
matched
after
you
that
to see
punt.
why he
The
didn't get
snap is
first.
away. Handoff is up the middle to Elliott, and he's going to make one man miss. He's going to get a nifty little run for a gain of 7.
How many yards does Zeke have? Is he above 60?
He's probably got like 43.
43?
I would say somewhere.
You took such a specific guess. I've got to look that up.
Yeah,
Like, that was too on the money, dude.
I actually hope that he's right.
I think he's got like 54.
Savant now.
Second
You're
and
talking rushing or all purpose?
3 yards rushing.
27.
Ooh,
Wow.
not as much as I thought.
Wow.
Okay, go to all purpose yards then.
Handoff again to Zeke,
Oh,
and he's going to get munched up in the backfield. Gain of nothing on the play. 3rd and
35.
short.
So much closer.
Okay,
Wow. This is
I'll take it.
49ers, first in yards per attempt for passing. Dolphins, Texans, and then the Cowboys. 4th in the league in passing yards per attempt. So I don't think they need a running game. They have an average running game, 20th in the league. It's not bad. It's not horrible. I don't know. They do have a trouble scoring in the red zone. Snap is away. Handoff is up the middle to Elliott. It'll be a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a first down. And yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe they're going to run into some bad weather, and they're going to not be able to operate quite as well. But you're looking at the rest of the league. Philly, you would think they would have an advantage in the rain, but they don't seem to have an advantage when they play in the rain.
Jamie, we're not looking at the rest of the league. We know who the NFC is going to come down to
49ers.
3 teams, Philly and Dallas. And when last time you played the San Francisco 49ers, it was 42-10 because you could not run the ball.
Drops back to pass, and it's intercepted.
Oh,
Tipped
wow.
and intercepted.
Big
Walker. And look at this. And the Steelers have the ball in the gold zone. And we're not even at the end
Of the third quarter.
Yeah.
I just have a friend who mentioned in a group chat of mine that he's currently got money on New England to cover -3.5 while also getting 37 points, which is a lot. And honestly, I don't know why he took that bet, but apparently he got good odds, and I'm rooting for him.
Oh, yeah. Look like he's going to win that money. But
So we got a couple of Paxton, you want to pull that up? Comments from Brandy trying to comment about the YouTube comments, dude.
Oh,
yeah, he's
my
not
bad.
not too zappy with
No,
that
dude,
one.
pull up your shirt, dude. You look ridiculous.
That's what I thought
You're
he was
wearing a
pointing at.
cowboy
No, we got a
clown.
Brandy commenting
You
about
gotta score on this one, Pittsburgh. If you don't score on this drive, you don't win.
okay, our Cowboys. They hold that thought, Paxton. Handoff is up the middle to Najee Harris. It'll be gain of 1 on the play. What's the comment say?
First, it says, not sure it matters who is running the ball for the Cowboys. They will be sitting on the couch after the first playoff game. They are
She
a
is
first
a
round
genius.
match.
Whoever said that, they're a
Reasonable
genius.
And then she said, come on. You know you won a Packers-Cowboys playoff game this year. No, I don't. That's
Packers-Cowboys.
you were so right and
Oh, I
it's so
think
wrong.
they're so
Yeah,
sad. They're so terrified.
Hold on. Wait, maybe she's going to do one more. It'll be 2 truths and a lie.
I would love to see a Packers Cowboys. I don't know how exactly it would happen. I guess the Cowboys would have to win the division. Snaps back, drops back to pass, and he's got a lot of time. He's going to sidearm it out of bounds. There is a receiver in the area. It'll be incomplete. 3rd and 9. The Packers are an interesting story in the way Jordan Love is playing right now.
Jordan Love is turning around, dude.
They beat the Chargers. They beat the Lions
And they beat the Chiefs.
at Detroit, and they beat the Chiefs.
Now, we did talk about earlier, there was a very terrible, that will be talked about for a long time,
of
call
course.
at the end of that game. And, I mean, it was a blatant, the dude was on his shoulders, pass interference. Still doesn't mean the Chiefs would have won, but it's one of those, you hate that happened because it makes you have, a little asterisk on that 3-game win streak that he's
And the
got going
Chargers are
for him.
poop.
Robinson goes in motion, drops back to pass, and he's going to make one man miss. He's going to run up the middle. Mitch Trubisky
Almost
Did
the
not
first.
get it.
didn't get the first down. He'll be short, and that'll be taking us to the end of the third quarter. 4's up, boys.
Yeah.
4.
They got to go for it here. It's 4th and 1 at worst.
Oh, yeah, they definitely have to go for it. I agree. But, yeah, the Packers and Jordan Love, the way they are progressing currently is encouraging. I still think the Lions have too much of a lead in the division, and just the rest of the Lions' schedule, I think, would indicate that they're going to win the division because they have a 3-game lead this late in the season. Pretty tough to come back from no matter what.
Brandy said, yes, there were 4 bad calls in the last 2 minutes of that game on both teams.
It was terrible.
That's
terrible
what
play
that's
calling.
kind of what my take was. Is
That quarterback roughing was awful. He
Really
was
bad.
clearly going for more yardage. I felt.
Is Brandy going to take my job?
yeah,
Okay.
you're off. We're gonna have Brandy calling from now on.
Yeah, dude. She's also
we
a
were
better tight
literally
end
just
than you.
talking off air that we needed to find a lady that wanted to watch the games with us.
Yeah, we found one. Hopefully,
She's taking my job.
yeah. Maybe it's
Me and
somebody else
commenting?
on a different YouTube channel. If not, you're getting off camera, bud. Sorry about it.
You just got to merge with them.
Paxton, you do have a face for the guy that's slightly off
Cuckolded?
camera with the computer giving the
Oh.
stats.
I look autistic?
Yeah.
Yeah, the stats off camera guy. No, you're doing a great job, Paxton. I really appreciate having you here, buddy.
It's Jamie's least favorite coach in the NFL.
Robert Salah, he really is. I really do think he's a big old doofus.
I'm not a fan. I don't know a lot about him. I watched him on Hard Knocks, and that tells me all I need to know about a person.
Yeah. He
he's
says
no
he
Mike
doesn't
McDaniel.
dye his beard either.
Oh, what a liar!
Yeah.
Look out, dude! Like it's unnaturally black. That hair does not grow in that shade of black. No country on the planet.
You all right, Tony?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Good to hear, buddy.
Good.
Your car still out front?
Yeah.
Dude, my friend literally got his car stolen yesterday.
Oh shit.
So
You're gonna be off camera. In that,
this
in
is
that
this is a real thing that's going on TikTok. So apparently, I don't even know if I should say it. It feels like I'm encouraging it, but there's a certain car brand that it's become like a TikTok trend. They are so easy to steal.
Kias.
Thanks, it's Kia. Yeah, 100%. You can steal a Kia so easily by hacking their USB port.
Yeah.
And my friend drives a Kia Soul. He yesterday messages me basically the fuck, my car got stolen, and it's one of those wait, what? He found it today, so everything's all good and whatnot. Windows are smashed, but he's still got a car. But yeah, Kias apparently you can hack them with your cell phone and start them and steal them. And so now kids on TikTok are doing it as a challenge.
TikTok and YouTube, they're called the original was called the Kia Boys. If you remember Boom Gang, who would jump.
Okay, football's happening. There goes Jalen
Sponsored by
Moore.
Kia.
Goes in motion, 4th and 2. Big play here for Mitch Trubisky and the boys.
Start of the fourth quarter.
Hard count, drops back to pass. He's going to pitch it out to Jalen Warren, and he's going to have to make 5-man miss, and he doesn't. Short.
Good
Oh,
stuff.
boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Alberta.
Let's go Steelers defense.
That's just how their defense feels right now. Let's go, guys.
That feels like a big miss, guys. That feels like a really, really big miss.
Let's see if
Painful.
anyone was open. They're circling Fryermuth here. He was looking like he was really frustrated after that play.
Touchdown.
He gets bumped. He was open on a choice route over the middle. Mitch doesn't see him. He flips it out to Warren. I mean, he does a good job doing that, giving this team a chance, but New England defense, to their credit, is swarming.
Brandy also
But
said
this was
Trubisky
that one reindeer.
She said Trubisky was a great quarterback for the Packers, threw it to us all the time.
Time to bring out Rudolph's nose so bright.
We need her to call in.
Yeah.
We need to get that technology.
I mean, just keep on reading their comments. This is going great.
Randy, where are you from?
I would assume Green Bay, Wisconsin. Ezekiel.
That's not. I mean, I maybe, but there's so many
Screen
Packers fans all over.
pass to Thornton. He'll be taken down after a gain of 3.
Though I did hear that maybe it's you that told me this. Apparently the stadium, Lambeau, is literally in a neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Mr. Tomlinson lives next door.
Yeah. I don't even
Not
know.
Thompson, Thomason, just to.
This is really like a family community
She's from
type.
Kansas.
Oh, okay.
What part?
Okay.
Shout out. I don't even know exactly what Texas city to compare it to. It's just a really small Midwestern town. Hand off up the middle to Ezekiel Elliott, and he'll gain 3 yards on the play. There'll be big, white-tailed deer, within 2-3 miles of the stadium. I've seen them.
Wow.
Interesting.
It's weird. It's really, really weird. We're watching the replay of the interception that we just saw that turned into 0 points.
I used to live in Topeka, Kansas, and I do remember because if you don't like college sports there, you really don't have much going for you. So your choices are a Missouri, Kansas City Chiefs fan or a Green Bay Packers fan.
Look at the lines right now. It's just glitching out. Drops back to pass, rolls out to the right. Bailey zaps. He zaps it in, and he almost throws another interception.
He was there.
I believe that's incomplete. Hard to tell.
Terrible camera angle.
Yeah, couldn't see from that angle. 4th down.
Box.
And yeah, you got to kind of have that, right? You got to have that interception, pick them off again in their own red zone. Lots of pressure.
I remember living in Topeka. It's a super religious area. Wait.
Punt is up in. Oh!
Good
Punt
block.
was blocked!
What?
Great
Punt
block.
was blocked! The punt was blocked, and the Steelers have life again!
In the gold zone, it looks like, or damn close to it.
Damn close to the gold zone, not quite in the gold zone. I think they'll get the ball to 26.
That was interesting. The match protection.
A new person Coreno Gamer. Sorry if I misspelled your name or missaid your name.
Pronounce.
It's okay. You
Pronounce.
spelled it stupid, so
Yeah.
we'll say it stupid. Go ahead.
I hit a deer on the way home from work last night. Messed up my Ultima pretty bad in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna also comment, dude. We've got deer here. Like that's not a thing. I drove through Austin once and saw a bunch
It's
of deer.
like 30 minutes from there.
We're
like in Aledo.
building in the deer's home. They're gonna have to go somewhere. It happens to be our streets.
I lived out in Stephenville, Texas, going to college, and that was our biggest fear. Driving
Interesting
back home from
stat.
school.
Bailey Zappi has a QB rating of 114.
What?
Yes.
I guess that makes sense.
He's zappy, bro.
He's zapping all over the field.
Also, Ezekiel Elliott has a total of 107 yards.
What? So your stats? Who?
I googled it a second ago, and I'm clearly dumb at it.
Okay, handoff goes up the middle to Najee Harris.
Well, he has
Zeke also did gain a bunch of extra yards.
But not since we talked about it.
I use
Since we
Google,
talked
and Amazon is actively trying to sabotage this game right now by giving them false information.
it's Amazon, but no, most of it is receiving though. He got like 6 catches for 63 yards. I'm like, I saw Zeke was making some moves up here, but rushing, they've been holding
Dog,
him
I've
back.
been very clear about the
Yeah.
fact that I'm a poser. Jamie keeps inviting me back to pretend like I know I'm not.
No, Miles gave us the wrong stats for sure because he was like
100.
yeah. Because at the time, I guess like 52 yards total offense, and you're like, nope, 27,
I actually
dude.
opened a random number generator.
Play action, pressure up the middle, gets it off to the rookie Washington.
Yeah, it's first down.
For a big first down on the play. He was kind of a surprise fall in the draft. He was going to be like one of those guys that were drafted with the like Laportas in the draft, and he dropped all the way down to like the 3rd or 4th round. He's been coming on strong pretty late, especially with a team without any legitimate offensive weapons
I
whatsoever.
feel like we got a shot to see Rudolph. I feel like we got a legitimate
what are you
shot.
talking about?
Oh, dude, he's been doing good ever since you said that.
Mitch is slinging it.
No, he hasn't.
Honestly, ever since I got out of the races, not personally.
The
running
defense
against
have
him.
been giving them extremely great field position. He has not been moving the ball.
I would
defense
much
and
rather see an
special teams.
MVP player than a KKK player, personally.
And that's going to be a timeout.
I
Delay.
just want to see is a guy going to get a starting? Like who's going to get benched? I just want to see is this going to happen?
You were saying that with him, though. You want to see the coach get fired, and I feel like that's a long shot at best. Now,
I don't want to see him get fired. I'm just saying that
He
how
should
many
be fired is what you're
years
saying?
does Mike Tomlin
and how
only
much
win
success has he had, though, dude?
What success has he really had?
He's won Super Bowls.
He won Super Bowl.
One
What,
Super Bowl, I think.
One,
Or
2, right?
2 Super Bowls.
But one of them was
That
Bill
qualifies what I
Cowher's
said is
team.
correct.
The first one was Bill Cowher's team. Let's be honest. So I'll give it to him. He was the coach for 2 Super Bowls. But what has he won since his last one?
I mean, you won a Super Bowl, man. There's 2
Super Bowls.
2 Super Bowls.
There's
but
32 teams in the league, so if you win one every 30 years, you're ahead of
Right.
schedule. It's hard to win a Super Bowl, especially when the Patriots hog most of them.
And he's taking a shit team full of injuries, and he's probably going to make the playoffs.
what has he done for that team lately?
He
Literally what I just
carried
said. What
the
I just
corpse
said.
of Big Ben Roethlisberger up and down the field for 3 years is
Y'all
what
wanna
he
know-
did for the team.
You
And
guys
he
wanna
didn't do
know what's
any jail
interesting?
time for that graping that he did.
Play is going on, throw over the middle, and it's scary. Ooh, looks like it's going to be a pass interference. Fryermuth on the target, Jackson on the coverage.
On the
Randy
one. You
previously
got to
said
score
these
on this
two
one.
teams are the result of not having a plan for a retiring quarterback.
Not having a plan
Thank
for a
you.
retiring quarterback.
Facts, Brandy.
The Steelers, yeah, you're right. The Steelers.
100%.
Ask her, should both teams move on from their head
What's funny
coaches?
is
You
Should
can
both
listen
teams
to
move
us.
on from their head coaches?
she's dead on, though, dude.
Here's the interesting thing about you
Like in
guys.
the
Y'all
medium.
telling me I'm wrong for thinking that the Steelers may move on from Mike Tomlin. But when I said New England may move on from Bill Belichick, the guy who has more Super Bowls than any other coach in NFL history, y'all think that makes sense?
Well, that's because Jamie pointed out that the owner of the Patriots is a fucking idiot.
No, he's just like messing with them hoes. That's what I'm sorry. But there's nothing- I don't think he's
I
an
don't judge
idiot.
him for that.
Right. I don't think he's an idiot.
It's a Cam Hayward. Oh no! The Michigan State Spartan almost threw in a touchdown.
Why aren't you better?
To the wrong team.
Oh,
He almost threw a
That's a
touchdown
thing,
to the
dude.
wrong team.
That's a meme right there.
That's a
I
meme
need
face
to-
if I've
I
ever
need to
seen
grab
one.
that. I need a screenshot.
yeah, that was
If anybody
brilliant.
has one, I'd really appreciate it.
Man, he
Wow, he got
Really,
up and swatted that pass down. That was really, really impressive there.
no pressure on him either.
Wilson and Bill Belichick gives him a high
He
five.
gets a little dab.
Have you ever seen that before?
He still didn't smile.
And he just
Touchdown.
kind of smirked. That's to be a touchdown.
Obviously, Trubisky holding on to that starting job.
Like we said.
So here's the thing on that. I think that Belichick largely is carried by Tom Brady through a large percentage of his success.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of it, but I'm saying without Tom Brady, is Bill Belichick the coach that he is? Mike Tomlin?
I don't
He's
know.
taken some trash and made gold out of it somehow.
Every
It doesn't
coach
even-
needs a
What
quarterback.
wait a minute. You said he's taken trash and made gold out of it. What quarterback has been developed under that system since Big Ben?
Well, that's not fair because they've only had one opportunity since.
So, but I'm saying the same thing you said about Belichick, you can almost say about Tomlin. And the only difference is Big Ben was drafted what round?
we got a 2-point try here.
Big Ben was not Tom Brady either. That's another thing.
What round was Big Ben drafted again?
I have
don't
no
know.
idea.
First. He was drafted in the first.
Zero, guys.
I've
Snap
never
is
watched
away.
an NFL draft.
2-point conversion is good to Freiermuth. Laser beam by MVP Mitch Trubisky, guys.
Tony, also,
So-
I just say things boldly with confidence. I don't necessarily have a backup plan.
So does
Okay.
Skip Bayless, and he has a great job. So does Skip Bayless, he has a great job. Nothing wrong with that.
So going back to what she said, this game is a result of them not having a plan for a quarterback succession, which is true because both teams, one shoved one out and one had a quarterback like basically die, like couldn't throw the football anymore, looked like a medicine ball out there
Mhm.
when Ben Roethlisberger, and they just had to draft the best available quarterback in that draft, and they honestly kind of reached on both guys. I think the point of that
So
that statement.
another
I
thing
get
is, Carreno Gamer poses another thing. Tomlin has 0 losing seasons. No one else can say that.
Hell yeah, dude.
True, but what have you done for me lately?
I love
Not
Mike
about
McDaniel.
losing season.
I say it all the
and let's
time.
make this clear. I didn't say Mike Tomlin doesn't deserve to be a head coach. I'm only saying when does Pittsburgh move on?
Why would you?
That's
He
all
has
I'm
nothing but winning seasons.
I will answer
Do
that
you
question.
want to play for winning seasons or you want Super Bowl?
You can't get to one without the other.
I'll answer that question.
No, you have to lose for a little bit so you can rebuild. You have to actually have a shitty season.
They should
to
bring in.
rebuild.
They should bring in an interim head coach. They should hire who should they? Robert Salah after he gets fired, an interim head coach to tank the team for 2 years, and then let Tomlin come back. is
I'm
what
good
you're
with
saying.
that, but you have to have a
Say
rebuilding
long to
process.
Steelers.
But you have to have a rebuilding process. Most teams that win Super Bowls, not New England Patriots,
In all
had to go through a rebuilding process.
In all seriousness, you hang on to Mike Tomlin. He is a national treasure. I think he's the best
I agree.
quarterback in
head coach,
the best head coach in the NFL, quarterback of the team.
I've said it so many times. Mike McDaniel is by far and away not even close my favorite head coach in the NFL, but Mike Tomlin is hands down the best coach in the NFL.
You kidding
My
me?
favorite is Dan Campbell, for the record. I also love.
A fair choice. A fair
See,
choice.
they like head coaches
Another
that
person
don't
that
win
made an
stuff.
impression on me. on Hard Knocks.
Y'all hear this? I didn't hear Vince Lombardi, Bill Walsh, anything, Jimmy Johnson.
No,
But
Mike
all I'm
McDaniel,
saying is Mike
he's called
McDaniel.
in. He's winning.
Who was
In a
Mike
line.
and who was Mike McDaniel under? Who did he learn under?
I have no fucking clue.
Kyle Shanahan, and you did not. The same guy who's still in the league, and you wouldn't give him credit.
Yeah, because
Well,
he's not funny, dude.
Shanahan
He's probably
came
not.
up-
I know.
He's probably not.
You gotta be
He's probably-
funny to impress me. That's the
Shanahan and
thing.
McDaniels came up together.
And Mike Tomlin was the coach who handled AB correctly. I have to give him credit for Antonio Brown.
That's
Yeah,
and that's a
if
tough
And
thing
Le'Veon
to
Bell.
do.
And Le'Veon Bell
No, I thought he done that one. That was terrible. He should have.
and Mapletron.
Le'Veon Bell should have got that money.
He got so much. I mean, that wasn't his move, but the kick is up in the air. But what I'm saying is he's taken so many like shitbirds, like idiots, and just gotten production out of them, and then eventually they leave the team and then just have an absolutely dreadful career after that because no other team can handle their personality. And that's what Tomlin does, and that's why they can draft the way they can
Or
draft.
Tomlin
Tomlin's gonna-
drives them crazy and then dishes them off to another team.
No.
It's sabotage, bro, and that's what makes him the best coach in the NFL.
The
I'm
thing
with
is,
that.
Tomlin's good
Thank
at
you.
defense. He hasn't done well on offense recently.
Miles, you give me our Diet Coke, please.
And how many successful coaches were defensive?
Water, please.
Sure, I'll take
Snap
one,
this
whatever you
away.
drink, but
Bailey Zappi screens it to the left. Ezekiel Elliott who has over 100 yards from scrimmage this game, reaches forward, extends for the first down. And are they going to give it to him here? He's very close. And looks like it's going to be second and an inch after that reception by Ezekiel Elliott. I was like, man, what game have I been watching when Miles said that Ezekiel Elliott only had like 37 yards in the game? I was like, what have I missed?
It did feel like when he said it, it was behind.
Oh, yeah. It was way behind.
Like in the second quarter stats or something.
No, it was first quarter stats.
I was going to blame it on Amazon Prime. Because I saw Zeke working, but maybe
Zeke,
it was more
hands off up the middle, and he might or might not get that.
I don't think he got it.
He was short.
I think it's going to be third and an inch again. But, yeah, that's why we had to stop using the Google scoreboard because it stopped updating fast.
Yeah.
So now we have to use the ESPN one, but the problem with the ESPN one, pop-up ads come on and talk over our stream while we're live. So that's an issue.
That would have been terrible to miss this on camera. After all this crap I was talking about, all these great Hall of Fame coaches, that would have been terrible.
Tony's going to bring his gloves in next time, his receiver gloves. So he's not going to.
Only if they throw nuggets and burgers.
Hand off
that
up
was
the middle.
That was a big defensive alert. Oh, my God.
To Elliott. He does get the first down previously, but TJ Watt ends up sacking him for a loss on the play. 10-16 on the clock if you're trying to sync up with us at home. TJ Watt is quite the specimen, and he's very handsome.
Hey, the only legal Coke you can have in America.
Well,
that'd be good for some sponsorship. Coca-Cola.
If you're looking for some illegal Coke, like 3 doors down that way, seems to be a lot of activity in that neck of the woods. That's where I'd ask.
But no, we're talking
snap
to
is
Coca-Cola.
away. Throw is nope. He's going to run up the middle. He's going to gain 1 yard.
That's another thing about Amazon is every time they do the graphic for time to throw, it's a rushing sack.
Yeah.
Every single time they pick it.
Yeah, it's not the Amazon production's not been great. Again, great concept. My brain is able to. My brain didn't see that on that play. My brain is able to eliminate a lot of those graphics for whatever reason.
Somebody dropped some toothpicks
and really focus on what's going on.
Mike Tomlin doesn't make the playoffs. He's fired.
No,
that would
Got to go with that.
He'd still be winning.
You're out of your mind.
What is the purpose in winning if it doesn't get you anything?
What do you mean? The throw is to Juju Smith-Schuster.
You're fired for losing.
Having a revenge game. The clock runs. It'll be 4th down here for the Patriots. They'll have a decision to make.
What? It sounds insane for a head coach to not make the playoffs and get fired.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounds insane. Maybe I need to reword that.
Actually, the way that you're thinking is way new and dated, I guess you'd say, because right now head coaches are getting fired after a year, which has never, ever been done. Like beforehand, that was not the thing. Coaches got a tenure.
You don't fire
That's
a winning
a
head
great
coach.
speech, but is that the case
Snap
for Mike
is
Tomlin?
away. Kick is up in the
It would
air.
not be the case.
And it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. You don't fire Mike Tomlin.
What about Sean Payton? Does he get fired if Denver doesn't make the playoffs?
Sean Payton, they're on like a 6-1 run right now.
If you ask me in week 4, yeah, but
Yeah.
right now, hell no.
Hell no.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's a
that's
winning
my point.
They're 7-5. The Broncos or the Steelers are
Sean
winning.
Payton is his first year at Denver. You got to get a guy 1 year to get out the old shit.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin been in Pittsburgh since 2004, 2003?
I think a head coach needs at least 3 years, and if you cut him beforehand, you
But
should.
what if you gave him like 10 to get a Super Bowl and he hasn't got it?
He got one in 2010.
Like, remember
2012.
Marvin Frazier? Like, do you want that Mike Tomlin to be that guy?
I don't know who Marvin Frazier is.
He was a good head coach that got his team. He always had a winning record, and he always got to the first round of playoffs and nowhere farther. Ocho Cinco, old head coach.
It sucks. Be a little bit better, but that's just football.
Most coaches get fired for not winning Super Bowls.
He's won.
There's one
he's
Super
won
Bowl
two.
to win.
He's won 2 in the last more than 30 years, mind you. So it's like a super impressive thing.
There's one Super Bowl to win. And even if he gets bounced in the first round of playoffs, he beat 20 other teams at that point.
I don't think you look at any of those Pittsburgh Steelers rosters from week 1 at any point in the last, 6 years for this Pittsburgh Steelers team. he's not in charge of the roster, right?
Mhm.
He's not the GM. I don't think you look at that roster and be like, yep, that is a Super Bowl contending team. Sometimes you look at that roster and you're like, that roster stinks. It's probably going to win 4 games this season. And
And he wins
somehow
8.
they win 8. They win 9. They win 10.
No, he's a good coach. I don't think
You don't fire a good head coach. There's like 8 of them.
Yeah, and there's not. Yeah, they're hard to replace. Too.
The coach
Is
is
that
the only reason
unusual?
he's
You
winning.
guys are saying it like that's not unusual that good head coaches aren't fired.
Well, I think that when you have that much history with the
Andy
team
Reid.
and the way that Mike Tomlin does with the
Yeah,
Steelers,
You're,
there's a legacy there.
he did make the only good point you could possibly make.
I missed it.
Andy Reid goes
Good
from
head coaches are fired all the time.
goes from Philadelphia. Still probably not a great decision, honestly. I mean, Nick Sirianni's been awesome, but
was Andy Reid in Philly?
I don't know.
About as long as Mike Tomlin been losing. Getting
So
bounced
never
out.
very long.
Second and 5, and still have
You
yet to
lose if
have
you
a
don't win
losing
the Super
season.
Bowl. You lose.
Bro,
that's
that's
a
too
loss.
high of a standard, dude. You're like the
No,
girls
it's
online.
not.
They're like, you got to be 6 figures, 6 inches.
Exactly. This team.
Isn't it funny that those girls usually get those guys?
No, because those guys are 0.5% of people on the planet. Like that's not
Hey,
a thing
those
that
go. They
exists.
just share them, but they get those guys. They're
And
just
they
sharing
don't need Tinder to get dates, by the way.
This is a
Yeah,
turn
that's
of
a-
team
that's a
with
trap,
coach
yo.
Frank.
Najee Harris in the backfield. He's going to get the screen. Another dump off for MVP Mitch Trubisky, and they're going to gain 5 yards to play. The clock's going to run 8:16 if you're trying to sync up with us at home. The Steelers have the ball, and they are only losing by 3 points.
This is a ball game, guys.
We got a ball game
This
in
is
the
a
fourth
ball
quarter.
game right here.
Who would have thought? 21-18.
Look at
I
this.
never would have doubted the winning Mike Tomlin.
I literally could not have named either of these two men if you
God,
asked me what
Bailey
names were
Zappi
first time.
absolutely slinging it. 240 yards on 28 attempts. Maybe it is Zappy season. I
It's
had no
time to get
idea.
zappy, y'all.
Don't
Drop
worry,
back to pass.
Roger
It's going to be a
Goodell will know.
screen, and it's going to fall to the turf awkwardly. It appeared to be in the direction of Jalen Warren, but it seemed like a couple of his blockers and Jalen got in between him and the ball. That was awkward. Poor execution. Let's see this replay. Let's watch where all of these players are. So Jalen Warren's, bad snap, so bad start. Drops back, and hits the guard in the back of the shoulder blades. What the hell was that? Oh, it should have been a legal man downfield too. They're not called. This crew is not calling an ineligible man downfield.
Because Roger Goodell already told them the Pittsburgh Steelers
Yeah, we
need
need
to win.
some points in this game, is what Rod said. Drop back to pass, throws it up over.
Thursday's already got a bad rep. We need to
Fryer
do something
move.
about it.
He did not get that first, buddy.
He caught the pass, not going to get the first, going to have to punt.
Fryermuth is sitting on my bench currently under
Really?
Dalton Kincaid.
Let's
so
see.
I'm
Did they get a
still feel
Pittsburgh
okay
spot?
about it, but
They did not.
This guy's bummed out.
The
Fryermuth
most
is sitting at 4.5
conservative
points right now.
44% optimal call rate, so he's not analytical.
It's not- he's very conservative, old school.
Is what Prime is telling us right now. What they're not telling you is those stats are made up via subjective matters.
Yeah, exactly. They had one
Mhm.
earlier up that said Bill Belichick says he isn't, but the stats show that he is. That just sounds like catty. Like
No,
an
dude,
angry
but
That
girl.
one was more mathematical.
Legitimately, the
That
New
one was a
England
little bit more
Patriots.
mathematical.
The New England Patriots have the highest win percentage when a rainbow ends inside of their stadium. It's absolute facts. It's been verified. Amazon knows what they're talking about.
So there was an actual stat for the Lions of like a primetime game with a certain moon. They're like 0-16. And
They're
I,
pressing,
with the
or
wax
some
like
bullshit,
gibbets,
yeah.
yes.
waxing gibbets. We were talking
I showed it to you.
Yeah, dude.
We were
Your
sitting
girlfriend must be really
Mike
into
Tomlin is
astrology.
going for
I'm
Forget
just into
conservative.
So they might be
That's
going
such a
for it here.
cancer
Let's
thing to
let's
say.
watch this, guys. I mean, it's probably just going to be a hard count here, but
just cancerous.
it is a play and he gets the first down. Wow.
And he got
Almost
it.
didn't get it, but just slides up for a first down.
Good stuff, Mike Tomlin.
You fire
You
that
told
man.
me.
Fire that man right now.
Yes, fire. He will get another
Trash
job.
decision, coach.
I can't believe he can walk on the sidelines normally with those giant balls hanging between his legs. Holy cow on that ball. On their own
I'm
30.
mad that
He
none of the
will
Steelers
get another
push
job,
that
but
tush.
I just think the Steelers might need to.
Where
get
would
it
you
away.
send him? Since you're adamant on him getting fired, where would you send him if he doesn't coach for the
Snap
Steelers?
is away, drops back to pass, throws it
LA.
to the right. It's to
Rams?
Pickens, and he's
I
going to
can
catch
see
the
him in the
ball.
Rams.
and gain 8 yards.
You gotta go somewhere with
Take
swagger.
over
Isn't that McVay?
McVay.
Yeah.
He's not getting
McVay's been rumored to retire for years, but his
It's just because of
actions,
he's too on Adderall, dude. He's never
his
gonna quit.
actions do not match up with that claim. It doesn't seem like a guy who's retiring anytime soon. If he
I
wanted to
think
retire, he would have already done it. Honestly, this
No,
roster.
I don't think he's gonna retire, but I think as soon as the quarterback is out of there, I think they're gonna go to
Matt
Clay
Stafford?
House. Yeah.
They got Stetson Bennett, who's I think currently in rehab for alcoholism. But
That's a good. Statistically speaking, according to Amazon, people in AA, quarterbacks in AA.
screen pass
Have a higher
to
That
percentage
defense is
passing.
deep.
Pickens again.
That is a really good defense by New England.
Yeah, they were swarming on that one. What were you saying that made up stat, Miles?
It doesn't matter. Something about AA.
Carreno Gamer just said if they fired Tomlin, they'd have 10 straight seasons of losing.
Yeah,
Probably so, but then
that's
they win
like
Super
finding
Bowl.
Megatron.
Probably so. So why are you supporting the idea of Tomlin
Because
getting
your
fired?
team
What
has
was
to
that
be
guy's
bad to rebuild.
Carreno Gamer.
They've got grandkids. They really want to see the Steelers win during their lifetime.
It's like their two main concerns: global warming and Mike Tomlin maintaining his position as head coach.
Yeah.
I just think that you have
Snap
to
is
be good.
away, drops back to pass. He's gonna scramble to the right. He's gonna throw to the right. Oh boy! Prior move. That was like a jump ball
Well,
situation.
let's see what this great coach is going to do on 4th and 3 now.
He's gonna punt now.
Oh wow!
He's gonna punt
With
now.
5 minutes
He's got
left in
5
the
minutes
game.
left, dude. When you're Mike Tomlin, that's a long time because it's coming back to you.
They're going 3 and out. And by the way, if they end up passing with Zappy, he's been trying to throw
They
interceptions.
also
all game.
have Mitch Trubisky. That's not Tomlin's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They are playing.
It's
with,
not Tomlin's
stacked
fault.
deck
He
against
doesn't
them.
have a
Oh, what's happening?
Oh no!
What
They
is
jumped offside.
good.
The Patriots jump offside.
Wow.
Oh, and that the
That guy
punter
did
is
it.
hyped. They got him on the hard count.
That punter's also huge.
I don't know if you saw, but Tomlin actually flinched on the sideline, and that's what got him to go off.
That's what made
Chris
him do it.
Boswell, 6'2", got him on the hard count. Wow.
Got him.
That is embarrassing.
That will be on
Tavares getting
ESPN
cut.
tomorrow for why the New England Patriots lost this game.
I think it's
Jelani
called the not 10.
Tavai on the offside, 6-year out of Hawaii. Yikes!
He looks Hawaiian. And
At least he get a Head and Shoulders commercial.
Yikes.
Well, you got to make a lot more tackles for a Head and Shoulders commercial. It's not just the hair. Trust me. I know. If it was just the hair.
They try to hire
plus
me.
his ends looked a little too.
Maybe I can get on the Head and Shoulders commercial.
Carreno Gamer says he's a Texans fan.
Texans fan. Shout out to the Texans.
Hey, they're
Shout out
pretty
to
good
the
year.
Texans.
We have a resident Texans fan. He will be
Ryan
on
Perrio.
Sunday night and Monday night. Ryan Perrio. If you want to watch live with him, the kick is up in the air.
Singletary has been having a good run for me.
That
in
was on
fantasy, but I
Pittsburgh,
think it
by
might
the
be,
way.
Fair caught.
I did not.
at
All
the
this
14.
commotion we made, that was on Pittsburgh, by the way. The
Wait,
offside.
Was it a false start?
I believe.
Oh, they called
It
it,
was
out
the
the
center?
We totally missed it.
Wow.
I don't know. That might have been a bad call, actually, because that's kind of natural movement for the center to take. And the special teams coordinator was getting that referee's face. It was like, that was bullshit. So I don't know how to feel like that about that one. I feel
Bill
like that was
Belichick's his old one. He's old.
I
one.
feel proud that one of the four of us was at least paying attention enough to figure it out.
yeah, I would
That's the
definitely miss
quality
that.
coverage you're getting.
I would have just called the punt like, oh, the punt is away. Totally forgot about the whole penalty. Yeah, I would have. I'm play by play. I'm literally in the moment.
No, we all made the right call. It was definitely on New England, but that was one of them. This is Bill Belichick's last Thursday night football game. Let him have one.
Yeah.
Let him go out with one victory for his last Thursday night.
So the refs bail
Maybe.
out New England. Huh?
Maybe. I don't know. I thought they were bailing out Pittsburgh. It don't make sense for New England to win.
Yeah.
You know, they just made sports betting legal in Massachusetts.
Oh.
Like tonight?
No, but this season.
Okay.
That's our producer off camera,
Huh.
off mic,
Sweet.
giving us valid. We did go to the Boston Wynn Casino, I think, and they had the sports book built out. but it wasn't technically legal yet.
Mm.
So they had it built out so you could go there and drink and watch football, but you couldn't bet on it there.
That was in
You probably could. You just had to know who to talk to.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a guy in the back of the building.
Yeah.
The-
It
I
was
think-
definitely gambling.
I think the
Yeah,
apps
it's pretty much gambling.
the apps were live at the time, but I wanted the actual experience of going and like talking to an agent behind the desk and getting the.
Did you ever watch Blue Mountain State?
Yeah.
Thad
Yeah.
Castle coming back with whatever show this is.
Oh, he's gonna
This
be an
is-
action hero.
First season of this show.
Whoa, he's jacked.
Yeah.
He does
Reacher.
look like
Woo!
John Cena. Like
So-
they were in the movie together.
This is the second season. The first season was awesome.
Yeah.
He's
I loved
huge.
Yeah, he got
Like him and John Cena would have been the perfect like Captain America. He'd be like with the pre-Captain America, and then John Cena comes in after he take the shirt.
That
So
guy-
Christian
I
Kuntz
like
getting
that.
a lot of FaceTime. Never good when you're a long snapper. That was a bad call. He just lifted his head naturally.
Well, even 48 thinks he fucked up.
Tavai,
right?
yeah.
Like,
6 year out of Hawaii.
there's nobody on the field that
mm.
thinks that it's the center's fault except for the ref.
Either way, it might work out for the Steelers. Handoff up the middle goes to Ezekiel Elliott, who has a lot of yards from scrimmage from this game. Gain of 3 on that one. The clock will run. So the Steelers, to be fair to any Mike Tomlin hater, not managed the clock very well, and he only had 1 timeout. But honestly, that could also just be on Mitch not getting the playoff in time. 4:30 on the clock if you're trying to sync up with us at home. According to Amazon, the Patriots have a 71% chance of winning this game. I would say that's accurate. Bailey Zappy is under center.
It's at least as accurate as like the fantasy football percentages.
Handoff up the middle. Gain of 3 on the play. Yeah, there is definitely a projections gremlin that the Sleeper app and ESPN app goes to ask for projections. And sometimes, even though that player has not scored that many points all season, inexplicably, they'll be projected to have more. And sometimes, even though they've scored more points than that all season against more difficult opponents, they will be,
It
for
doesn't
some
make any
reason,
sense. Yeah.
projected to have fewer points than they've ever scored all season.
multiple
third
times.
down.
Gus Edwards has been slaughtered for like 11 points for me.
The people at Sleeper just play Dungeons and Dragons, and they also use the dice rolls to calculate
down.
points at the
11.
same time.
Handoff up the middle to Elliott, and he's going to get munched up in the backfield, and it'll be 4th down. The Patriots go 3 and out.
It was a
Wow,
good one,
another
dude.
great tattoo guy. Look at that Pittsburgh Penguins shield on his
Full
left
body,
titty.
you got to appreciate it.
I
Oh, you
really
gotta
do.
respect. It's 40 degrees outside. He just went.
I want to see that guy and the
Full
Muppets guy we
bottle
talked
crusher.
about a few weeks ago go at it in a grudge match.
Hayward mixing it up in the middle. They highlighted him. He kind of jammed up in the middle. He was not involved in the tackle
It
whatsoever.
was
That
a
was a
good
great
run
play.
for you, Bill
Uh,
Belichick.
As a defensive lineman, he just dropped his knees in the ground to stop getting blocked and just stay right there so he could plug up that hole.
Broderick Jones on the first contact there. 2:50 on the clock. The kick is up in the air. And he's going to call for a fair catch, and he's going to catch the fair catch.
Was it boot?
New England punter's been kind of balling this game quietly. All fair caught. I think one was a fumble that he couldn't quite get. Steelers in the hunt currently. If the game ended right now, they would be in the playoffs.
in the wild card,
The Browns have been
which is wild to see that the Houston at 7-5 would not be just with the same record. They've been so impressive with C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
You would think, and Singletary and Tank Dell before he was injured. They've been having a great year. It's
Well, it's
interesting
because
that
you
they-
guys love Mike Tomlin so much. That's why. They
That's
want
what it
Mike
was. We all
Tomlin,
voted.
yeah.
We all voted and said Mike Tomlin should not be fired.
He should
And
never be
therefore should make the
fired.
playoffs. That was the decider.
the comment section on our side too. Drops back to pass, and he's going to get pressure.
good
But he's going to get the
kick.
ball away, and he misses a wide open Freiermuth, and my PlayStation's going to turn off soon if we
Dude.
don't hit
Find the video
the
game remote.
hit the controller button.
There's been a handful of Friar Mute
Perfect, Natalie, don't touch
misses,
anything.
it seems like.
Move.
You also need to charge your PlayStation controller, by the way.
Oh, we do need that charger, Natalie. We packed it, remember, even though we didn't need it because we thought it was going to charge something else.
I feel like I just brought up a fight.
No, not this time.
Not this time. Yeah.
I cannot wait to review the footage and realize what I did in the past.
Snap is in Trubisky's hands. He's got more time, and he does a
That's
little
great.
jump weird pass.
That was
So
a-
now he gets the first
It
down.
works.
Good screen.
It doesn't have to be pretty, guys. It just has to go 10 yards.
Hey, and guess
We're
what?
going
Chris
to the
Boswell is
2-minute
getting that foot warm on the sideline. Ready to
Oh,
tie
wow.
this game up.
Yeah.
Because you know what we need?
A good old interception.
More.
OT,
Overtime, baby.
Snap is away. And he's got a man open. He's going to throw it in his direction. So he made the right read on that play, so that was cute. Pass.
Yeah.
Incredibly inaccurate. Good arm talent, though.
Pittsburgh looking super dreamy tonight. I agree.
Got to make that call in the Buffalo Wild Wings.
We do got to make that call in the Buffalo Wild Wings. 2nd and 9.
Send this game to overtime, please.
Or 2nd and 10, rather. 2 minutes and 9 seconds on the clock is what I meant to say. Johnson lining up on the top of your screen. He was the target for that last pass that was incredibly inaccurate. Defensive alert, watch out. And it's going to be a screen to Johnson, and he's going to get it.
Johnson.
Going to run out of bounds for a gain of 8 on the play. It'll be 3rd and manageable. Deontay Johnson, he was a part of the weird parlay that involved both unders for both team totals. So that's was dead in the first quarter, but I guess we're sort of right somehow. So we got that going for us.
Bill Belichick, you ran it up. Just an inside run play on 3rd and 3.
Is 12 a.m. noon or is that midnight?
12 a.m. is midnight.
Thank you. I didn't learn a whole lot.
That's okay. Snap is away. Drops back to pass. Pump fakes. Throws it. Ooh, dangerously high. High.
real
Missed
scary.
it high by a lot. 4th and 2
What do
before
they
the
do?
2-minute warning. Run it. Give it to Jalen Warner, Najee. Even though that's the most predictable thing in the world. So you
It feels
gotta
like the most predictable thing in the world.
have a play action to Freiermuth then.
Who he's missed at least twice. Third time
But like
charm,
a
baby.
short dump off.
Yeah.
like a
You
play
need,
action
2 yards.
Boot.
You
get
don't
him-
need anything but 2 yards.
So
Warren, Johnson, Robinson.
they're lined up in shotgun here, so they're not lined up to do a bootleg.
Pickens has sticky hands.
Feels like a pass play
Robinson.
here.
Hit Robinson.
Light box, though, the Patriots
Just
are
get
showing.
2
Drops
yards,
back to
dude.
pass. He needs 2. He's going to go for it all. And it's
Why?
incomplete, not even close.
No
Asking
flag.
for a PI, no PI to be seen.
What a strange choice that was,
Ooh,
guys.
boy, Alberta. Just lobbing it up, hoping the referees bail you out, basically. Incredibly inaccurate.
Play number
Good no call.
Come on, Trubisky. It was the 3rd cornerback.
They should really
Johnny
fire
Robinson.
whoever called that play.
And that's going to be game. That's game over.
That's probably game over.
That's probably game over.
I don't know why
And
they're
you
going to.
just needed 2 yards, dude.
I don't know why they're
you
going to commercial here.
Literally needed 2 yards.
Do the Steelers still have that one timeout?
Yeah, it's still one.
Oh, they do. So it's
They'll-
not
they'll
game
not
over.
game over, but it's close.
It's close. So we'll tell you about us. This has been What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes. That's who I am. You can follow me at JAMJKS on X. Please leave a like. Tell a friend. We're going to do Sunday Night Football, and we're going to do a doubleheader. We're going to call both games of the Monday night stream.
Yeah.
Tony, you're also invited to that one. I think you two are all already confirmed for Monday night. Paxton Bailey at @PBailey_comedy, Dingbat District on YouTube. Subscribe to that. A comedy interview style podcast. I was just, I'm going to be on it. Our episode will finally be posted very soon. We got some shorts coming out for that one too. Thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Episode will drop Tuesday, December 12th. It's a very fun one. You can watch us drink a couple of soda pops and get a little turnt. We end up yelling at each other towards the end about peeing. It's pretty incredible.
Yep.
Follow me on Instagram, like you said, @PBailey_comedy, and that's all.
Yeah, when you sent us that clip from that episode, I was like, I can tell this was a very late show clip because I have no recollection of it whatsoever.
Yeah.
At Mr. Most Days Off, Miles Francis, at Mr. Most Days Off on all platforms. Thank you for being on the show. A late time add to the show, I might add, so I really appreciate you being able to make it out. What do you have to tell the audience?
Always a pleasure to be here, man. I love doing this show. It's a lot of fun. If you are in the DFW area, tomorrow night I'm headlining at the Hula Hut in
Heyo.
Little Elm.
Yeah.
It's going to be wild. You'll get like 45 minutes of my bullshit. The following night in Dallas, I'm opening for a magician, which is even cooler, in my opinion. You should definitely come to that. And if you're a little bit north of here in Oklahoma City, I'll be at Zuma on Sunday night.
Bingo.
Fuck
All
yeah.
over town. Go see him do some stand-up comedy. Tony Mack, also, fourth time on the show. Absolutely love having you on whenever you can make it out. So if we can get you on more, I would definitely appreciate that. At Tony Mack, everywhere, including YouTube. He's got a very popular YouTube channel. Getting close to 1,000 subscribers, I've noticed. So maybe go ahead and subscribe to him as well. Thank you for being on the show. I'll let you sign off after this play. It'll be Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. It's going to be a false start on the Patriots. So go ahead and tell the audience what you have to tell them.
Oh, man, thank y'all for letting me on the show. It was very fun. I still think Mike Tomlin ought to be fired after the season. If they don't make the playoffs, it's time to move forward on Mike Tomlin. But it doesn't mean that he's not a great coach. He will get another job somewhere else. Anyway, if y'all want to hear me hear my bad sport takes, y'all can follow me on any of the social medias at Tony Mack, TonyMack. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for being on.
Thank you for being on. And now that we signed off, we're going to get overtime just because of the luck of it. And then when we're done, we can just close the laptop.
Crazy.
Say, see you later, alligator.
I want this game to end before 10:40 so I can go see Godzilla 0. I've decided. It's between that and an open mic. And
What's today,
Godzilla
Thursday?
0 seems like a way better choice.
I heard it was
You guys are all invited. I've got passes for everybody. You want to come?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Go Godzilla.
Godzilla.
No, it doesn't want to go.
Think about it.
If you guys want to meet us in the Alamo Draft House in Dallas,
Yeah, Cedars.
in about 35 minutes, we'll be there
10:40
after
show.
the party
We're signing.
We'll sign your tickets to
for free.
Sign
We'll-
your tits.
That's what you were gonna say.
Paxton will pay you to sign your tits.
No, only men. I'm only signing men.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't mean to not make that.
Not you,
clear.
This
Brandy.
game might actually go over.
Yeah, with all due respect.
Actually, as soon as I said that, Brandy said King Kong always gets his ass whooped by Godzilla, and it's
Like
bullshit.
a true Packers fan,
The
Brandon.
handoff goes up the middle, and he's going to get a first down. Game is over, I assume.
Zeke.
First down.
Zeke's game tonight for sure.
Zeke, who knew this was going to be a Zeke revenge game? Who saw that coming? Maybe someone give us some live stats on Ezekiel
Someone
Elliott
other than me. 'Cause
for the end of the game, and we'll sign off because that seems to be the real story. Bailey Zappi, Bill Belichick.
Zeke, 141 yards.
Woo!
Shout out. And 1 touchdown. Shout out to Zeke. Not
Zeke.
much yards per carry, but he's been doing it from the receiving side of the game.
And they are going to take a peek at this first down, so we do have a little bit more time to work with and find Zappi's stats.
Gotcha.
Zap. I think he had over 200 yards. I think he had over 8 yards in
We got
attempt.
him. Oh, Bailey Zappi, 19 for 28, 240 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, with a surprising QB rating of 115. I don't know his QBR, though.
What Tony said.
So that's 8.6 yards per attempt passing. That would be good for, I think, top 6 in the NFL if they were to do that all season. It would be what the Texans have. It would be 3rd in the NFL if Bailey Zappi did that for the rest of the season. So a pretty crazy game out of Bailey Zappi, honestly. Hunter Henry had 2 early touchdowns in the game as well.
Mhm.
And then they just clung to that lead and then started pounding the rock in the second half. Felt like Zappi threw the ball like 6 times in the second half. They were just pounding the damn rock. Mitch Trubisky doesn't feel like he is going to be in the NFL for much longer after this performance.
XFL. Arlington Renegades.
He's too rich. I mean, and he doesn't give me the vibe of a guy who's like really itching to get a lot more football under his belt. He's been in the NFL for a while too.
Yeah, he'll probably be a private football or a quarterback coach.
He's made plenty of money. I don't think he's going to have to work the rest of his life if he doesn't want to.
If he really does love football, I think Paxton right again like a really niche coaching job, or like honestly even working for like a school somewhere where he's just doing it because he loves football and not because he needs the money.
I mean, that's what Carson Palmer's doing now. Carson Palmer, Arizona Cardinals and Bengals quarterback, I believe, is a quarterback's coach, but like a private.
This would be Mitch Trubisky's 8th year in the league. Money is not going to be an issue for a guy like that. But yeah, I guess if he wants to do something else, he can get it.
Just like the plot of Blue Mountain State, which we talked about earlier in commercial break, being a backup quarterback in the NFL is the greatest job in the entire world.
Yeah.
There is literally nothing better. If you can manage to be the second best person in the city that you live in at quarterback position, you're in for a really sweet
Do you remember the look on Zach Wilson's face when he realized he was not going to be the backup quarterback for the Jets for the rest of the season? You remember that happened?
Oh, that is very awesome. Yes, I have the greatest job on the team until the starter goes down.
Yeah.
No more corn chips on the sideline.
Hey, Brandy owns Packer stock. We got a millionaire in our comments.
A
think
share
they
for
only
the
pay
Packers
cheese,
is like
dude.
$60.
Yeah, I think you literally get a slice of Kraft if you have
But you get to go to a meeting.
You
They do it.
get-
They do a
found
shareholders
way
meeting.
to give Pittsburgh
supposed to
another
go to a
opportunity.
And you're not allowed
That was clearly a first.
and you're not allowed to sell your shares. That's part of buying the shares, is you're not allowed to sell them.
which seems like a weird rule in
It's almost like the
economy.
Tesla truck thing where if you sold it within a month or a year or whatever, you got fined $50,000.
They do that for a lot of early production cars, especially ones that have short runs, because collectors will just buy them up and then resell them. Same thing. That's what happened to the Bronco. So dealerships will make you apply for the car. Ford does it a lot for their GTs when they release a run of GTs. I think John Cena got sued because he bought a Ford GT and he didn't like it.
Mhm.
He tried to sell it, so we got a tush push
I
for the
remember hearing
win.
about that. Yeah,
And so he bought it and he
that
sold
does
it
not
real
look
quick.
successful to me.
And I think we got a game on our hands.
You
Guaranteed.
think they got the first down?
No, they didn't get it.
They did not get it.
So now what do they do? Right?
Punt the ball.
Go
Punt it?
for it.
I think you're right. I think
you
you
got
punt
to
it.
punt this one.
I think you punt it. You risk a blocked punt, I guess. Which the Steelers already have this game, right? They blocked one.
We did get one. Yeah, that just got crushed. Why does it look so much better on the Eagles every time?
Well, it helps
Better
when your
offensive
quarterback
line.
can squat 600 pounds for reps.
That too.
And when Jason Kelsey puts his forehead on the turf and snow plows
And
the
uses
back of
his
his neck.
wedge.
Yeah, to snow plow.
He's
Like
Mr. Plow. What's that name?
Name.
It's Mr. Plow.
that once I unlock Mr.
Homer.
Plow, is that Simpsons Taxi?
It's a Simpsons character reference. Yeah,
But
Homer.
but what's the video game called?
it was
Run.
several, but yeah, Hit and Run was
Hit and Run.
it was
Hit and-
referenced in.
Hit and Run is that the game when you're a taxi cab?
It's the game where you're, all the
You're
cars.
thinking of Simpsons
Road Rage?
Road Rage? Yeah,
That's the game I'm thinking.
Okay.
yeah, it was a very much a crazy taxi clone.
Yeah, but it was great.
Oh, fun! Super
It was
fun.
so great.
Yeah.
And it had
Mr.
Mr.
Plow was one
Plow.
of the cars
And
you
once I
drive.
unlocked Mr. Plow, I'm like, I'm not using
Why
it.
would you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be Mr. Plow the rest of this time. That game was fun. That was one of those games where I wish I could, with an adult brain, go back and play it again because I
Sure.
feel like my stupid child brain didn't quite get enough out of it.
Hit and Run is the game that Simpsons fans clamor for a remake of more than any other. That's the GTA knockoff that was in the Simpsons universe.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
So Steelers don't even put a man back to catch the ball. Behringer kicks it out of bounds. Mitch Trubisky is going to have 0 timeouts and 15 seconds left, and I guess that's why
To get
you
into
do
field
punt it.
goal position, though, is the thing. So usually in this position, you have a team that plays all of their defense back all the way to the end zone and gives up that middle of the field. You really can't do that here because they don't need that much time to get a spike down.
You have a good football weekend too, Carreno Gamer.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah, dude,
still.
thanks for tuning in.
Stroud's not
Thank
going to
you,
get
guys.
MVP, but
Hope
it's a
you know I
good,
was fucking with you and I made fun of your name. It was a joke.
Yeah, I would still back up my DBs because Pittsburgh can't throw nothing in the middle. Of the
Tackle
field. It's over
inbounds ends the game.
with. Yeah, it's over with.
And it's a ball in the middle, and he's going to get out of bounds. He got out of bounds.
We
Wow.
still got a ball game.
Wow,
on
New
that one.
England. I
Okay.
guarantee.
I foresee they get the catch. They don't get back to the line of scrimmage in time to get the spike down. That's what's
So,
going to happen.
They get time for this field goal. Bill
Where are they, on
Belichick
the
gonna make
40?
y'all run till he tired.
they're
They're on the 30. They're on their own 35.
They've got a long way to go.
Yeah, not even in Hail Mary range. I'm thinking they might be
They're in
looking
Hail
for
Mary range to get into field goal position.
it's going to
Yeah.
be a pitch play.
A good
7
37
seconds
yards,
left.
something to the outside.
We'll
If they-
see. Patriots are rushing 3. Mitch drops back to pass, throws it up over the middle.
Damn,
And game.
that's a good move.
Okay, interesting.
I tried to
That's
do.
over with.
Oh, that guy.
Now
So they
it's
might Are they going to call that a fumble? They are going to call it a fumble because the only thing you could say is, are they going to look at that and say it's incomplete? And they're not. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being on the comment section. We promise we will pay attention to the comment section going forward.
Yeah.
Seems to be a good policy. Glad we did it today. Thank you guys. And good night.
Good night. This is cool.